Level flat. Rhythm.
Got your bang, girl, I'm gonna make it last. I give it to you right, girl, whenever you want. So come on, girl, let me take you to another world. You're the one that I love, there ain't no other girl.
Cry for you, cry for you. This is what I can't deny. Die for you, cry for you. Please don't say goodbye. Die for you, cry for you. This is what I can't deny. Die for you, cry for you. Please don't say goodbye.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Never say goodbye, I'ma die with you. I hate it when you sigh, cause I cry with you. See, I never say goodbye, I'ma die with you. I hate it when you sigh, cause I cry with you.
Say it. Say it. Tick 4.
Woo!
Welcome, true believers. Welcome. How you doing there, players? Welcome to another episode of Gaming Trouble. I am, of course, your host, Torrance Hudson, aka the Ironheart of Xbox, aka the old school gamer, and we have an awesome show for you guys. And I'm going to introduce my awesome panel because listen, we don't want to pull any stops. Today is going to be an awesome episode. I gotta get this going. I got the energy. I got the power. I'm feeling the power of the sun. Kryptonite cannot hold me back. So let's talk about my man, the Neon Samurai. He deserves to be in the comic book, by the way. He is the one who's guaranteed to put you into a chokehold and make you tap out. He is also all about the ARPGs, the JRPGs, and of course the stealth games. He is my Samoan brother from another mother. My man, Tony San Miguel.
You're
What's
muted.
up,
There you
players?
go.
Yeah, I know it's just me. Anyway, what's up, players? Shout out Taurus for always a great intro. Thank you very much. Today we're gonna have some fun. Daddy's here to hang out with you guys again, and we're talking superheroes. What do me and superheroes have in common? We love wearing stretchy pants. Go ahead, gent.
There it is. And then, of course, we got to talk about the ladies' man. The one who is all about the cosplay. He is the cosplay champion. He is also the cosplay god. He is all about the collectibles. He collects everything. He also completed another collection. Not only does he complete collections, he completes achievements. He is the achievement master. He is the one and only Johnny Elisea.
Going on, players. I know this is going to be a fun topic because we're going to be talking about superhero games, whether it's from Marvel, DC, Image, Minecraft, whatever. It's going to be a good one tonight. So why don't we get this show on the road though? Because there's like so many games that I grew up with that made me the comic book fan that I am today. And plus, not only these games that got me into comics, but I still have a huge stack of Marvel masterpieces I collect back from the '90s. So, without further ado, let's get this show on the road, gentlemen.
And stretchy pants.
Absolutely.
Time.
Absolutely. Now, because I'm in such a good mood, I am in a great mood. Shout out to everyone who is actually showing up tonight. We are going to be talking about number one, our childhood. We're going to be talking about comic books and the superheroes within. We're going to talk about everything that actually made us the fans that we are today. And we're going to do a lot of comparisons as well because video games not only has either elevated or or de-escalated the fandom that they actually created. So let's get started with our comic book past. What comics have you guys collected? What was the first comic that you ever collected? I mean, I actually have a few that I actually picked. I believe it or not, was given to me by my grandfather. My grandfather was the one who picked up these comics for me, and I wasn't really into comics per se, but it also made me the artist that I am because I actually got into art because of these comic books. So, the first comic that I received, and you guys are gonna laugh. You know the first appearance of the Punisher?
Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Ah,
Okay,
I
okay,
forgot the number.
yes.
I think it
Okay.
was 175.
I'm
I
kicking
think
I
myself
that's
think
what it
it
now.
was.
was 175, right? One
175, I believe. I
175.
think so. Don't quote me on it, but
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
I had that comic book in my hand, the original comic book in my hand, and I still regret to this day that I actually almost
129.
129. Thank you,
Oh,
thank you.
129.
Yeah, sorry,
Okay,
guys.
129.
129.
okay. I was
Uh,
way off. All right.
okay, so I had that in my hands. I didn't know what I had in my hands at that time because I was a young kid. I was young. You know, I read that comic book backwards and forwards. I loved it. I loved the action. I loved the fact that the Punisher was actually in there. It was that made me a fan of the Punisher today. So that comic book was actually the start of what I got me into drawing because I used to take paper, not the clear paper. I'm talking about regular paper. I had a light and I actually would sit right there, put the paper on top of the comic book, and I would sit right there and trace all the characters and stuff like that
I did
on the
that too.
paper. And I would actually sit right there, and that's how I learned. I learned how to, draw the figures and draw all that stuff, backgrounds and stuff like that. Learn how to make the guns and stuff like that. I used to do space. Okay, long story, but that got me into comic books in the beginning. Then, of course, as time went on, I actually went to every single time I went to the store. I would ask my mom. And comic books at the time were like 75 cents to a dollar. I mean, literally, they were like a dollar for like a comic book.
Really?
Yeah, they were so
Yeah.
cheap.
Oh
Son
yeah,
of
they
a
were a
They
dollar,
were
creep.
dude.
cheap.
My comic shop was ripping me off,
They
dude.
were dirt cheap. Comic
Well,
books like
I don't
50
know, man.
cents, 75 cents.
They
Dude,
must not like you.
it's almost like the bubble gum, the bubble yum or what was it called?
Oh,
Bazooka Joe
Bazooka
Bazooka
comics.
Joe's are a
Joe,
nickel, dude.
five
I,
cents,
I think they're
yes,
still a nickel.
5 cent gums. Yep,
I,
I
I
remember those.
I used to collect those like crazy. I go over to the store and I get this
Yeah.
Bazooka Joe, open it up and everything. Chew on the gum that actually only lasts about 5 seconds, and then I'll read the comic book. It was a little comic that you used to have on there, and I would collect them.
Yeah.
And then they started
The little
repeating and everything.
strip.
Then I
Yep.
just kind of stopped. But
Yeah.
I love comics. I love comics. I grew up on them. And then of course, I think the first comic book movie, that I saw. I think it was what was it? I think it was The Punisher with Dolph Lundgren. Um,
Really?
Oh,
it
That's
was
your first comic book movie?
no, it was like one of my first comic book movies. Yeah,
Had to be one of the first ones.
yeah, that was the first
Okay.
one. That was the first one. They
okay.
of course the Spider-Man show that came on like also that
Ah, that was great.
it was so
The TV
hilarious.
show. Yeah, that
I
used to come
watched
on.
Dude,
It
I
used to
saw
come on
Blade.
channel
I
two.
saw Blade on that
Yeah,
show. Blade.
I
came on channel 2. Yeah,
yeah
I remember that show.
I watched that show and I actually I was excited because I always wanted to watch the show. Now I watched it again. I forgot how hilariously like generic it actually is, but he actually does a web sling and stuff like climbing
Oh
up the
yeah,
wall. Oh my gosh! Spider
climbing up
Man,
the walls. Yep.
Spider Man does whatever Spider can.
Well, that wasn't the theme though, but that was the theme from the cartoon though.
That was
So
yeah,
yeah.
that was a comic. Well, I think that wasn't there a similar theme?
No, it was not. No, it was not. They had a different theme song from the live action show.
Oh, that's right. It was more like
So,
that funk. It was like that Spider Man. It was like funk
yeah,
music.
a
Yeah,
little
yeah,
bit, of a funk and a 70s type thing drama. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So, but that and also Wonder Woman. I actually watched that show too with
So
Linda
did I.
Carter. Linda
yes,
Carter. Yep. Hmm.
Linda Carter. Damn, I had a crush on her, man, in that outfit. Woo! Yes, that's with me anytime. All right. So anyway, but yes, but that's one of my, comic. I didn't really collect comics per se too much because my comic book was always being lost or ripped up or like made I don't know, my oily fingers and everything whenever I had pizza or whatever. So my comic books didn't last too long. But of course I had that. I had Wolverine, the Incredible Hulk. Those are like the top comics that I actually had. Then of course I got into like Batman, Detective Comics. When it was what is basically what DC is, DC Detective Comics. So I actually kind of built myself off of that. But then of course the video games. The video games. I think it started off with a few NES games. Everyone
Well,
remembers.
well, see, have you played any of the computer games? They were
No,
computer games.
no,
Yeah,
no. I
yeah,
never, I
yeah.
never played any of the PC games. I never played any of the
They,
PC ones.
yeah, they had like Apple II, they had Commodore 64 games, and then there was an Atari Spider-Man game that my cousin had because my cousin had the
Spider
Atari
Man? Was
2600.
it was
He
it the
did
Spider
have the
Man?
Spider-Man.
Yeah, the
Yes,
Spider
it
Man
was.
game.
That's what I just said. Yes,
I never
it was
got
the
an
2600.
opportunity. I never got an opportunity to play that game. I'm glad you mentioned that. The Spider Man game. That's the only Spider Man game I didn't get a chance to play because I heard about it and my friends told me about it, but I never got my hands on it.
Yeah. I
And
mean, I only played it. I didn't really play too much of it though. My cousin had it for the 2600. I mean, it was a little hard because especially the way it looked at the time, the way you had to move, you had to avoid the Green Goblin. So, I mean, it didn't blew us away though. We were trying our best though. Then we end up playing some other games and stuff like that. But yeah. So, but then later on when time goes by, we get some Marvel games, but I don't know if you want to get into those now because I
Oh
haven't
no,
shared my
no,
my.
go for it. Yeah, because
Are you done? Are you done?
yeah, I'm done. I'm
Speaking.
done. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm done
Sure.
because
Okay.
we got a lot more to get
I
into.
just didn't. I just didn't want to interrupt though because I just want to mention because the first Marvel games and DC games they were especially Superman. Superman had I believe had an Atari game. Yeah, Superman had an Atari 2600. I
That one
didn't
I
play
played.
that
That one I played.
one.
Yes,
Okay.
that was.
Yeah. Yeah. That one was like okay, but
It was
I was
oh
hard
one
though.
man,
years old when
That
that
game,
game came out.
no, that
I was
Superman game
one.
was hard. That Superman game, I would say the challenge level in that game. I mean, it was simplistic at the time, but man, it's hard.
it was
It's
hard.
on a level of
It was
ET. It's
it
on
was
a level of ET
it was hard
only,
from
not
what I
without the
heard.
glitches, without the glitches. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean I love Atari 2600 though, but there was pretty some stinkers that we didn't like as kids though. But there were some good ones though, so at least it was fine until the NES came out. But with me, I'll be honest with you guys. I didn't really start off as a comic book guy. The reason why I found out about all these characters was because when I was a kid, I used to watch the Marvel Action Hour. They used to show Spider Man and his Amazing Friends. They used to show Dino Riders, RoboCop, and that's when I found out I was watching that one pilot episode of X Men though, not the one that we grew up that came out in '92, but there was an X Men cartoon. It had Wolverine with his Australian accent. They had Colossus,
Yeah.
Oh man,
Nightcrawler,
I remember
Cyclops,
that.
yeah,
Mm,
Storm, and Dazzler, and it was the pride of Kitty Pryde. Yeah, and Kitty Pryde was in it though. So, and then
mm.
plus they had the Blob, they had White Queen, they had Magneto. It only lasted one episode though, so that's when I found out about the X Men, and I started finding out about all these other characters, and I found out about Captain America. I watched the Incredible Hulk show that used to come on Marvel Action Hour because they used to switch it up a bit. So, because during that time, I really thought RoboCop was part of Marvel because that wasn't the case though. When RoboCop came out, Marvel bought the rights so they could do comic books of RoboCop and they could have it on their Marvel Action Hour show. So
Okay.
yeah, that's why people were saying because I remember they did like a show, like a live action show they had like during the '80s. I think it was in the late '80s, and then somebody on Instagram put it up like a video of it, and then RoboCop was there with Spider Man and the X Men, the Hulk, and they're like, wait, why is RoboCop there? But people didn't know that Marvel bought the rights for a while,
Yeah, I'm showing
so he could
everybody
be in
the
there.
I'm sorry, sorry to interrupt, but I'm showing everybody
Okay.
the Atari 2600 version of the Spider-Man with what they were talking about with
You
the
know what the
climbing up.
gameplay reminds me of? It
What's
reminds me of
that?
Bionic Commando.
Similar, yeah, similar to Bionic
Bionic
Commando.
Similar
Commando
to
might have got
between
that
it, yeah.
mechanic from the Spider-Man game.
Yeah, but and the thing is, you had to make sure you had to avoid the green goblins pumpkin bombs in the
Yeah,
game.
I can see that.
Yeah. So, but yeah. While you're showing that, yeah, during that time, I didn't like read the comics though. The cartoons got me into these characters, and then when I looked more into it, people told me that there's this character, there's that character, and then I saw people at school had these comics, and then I started looking more. When I found out about the Punisher, I found out that there was that he had an alliance with Spider-Man. So I was like, "Who's this Punisher guy?" And then I found out there was a movie. But my first Marvel movie that I watched was Howard the Duck. So
Ah, yes, I had, believe it
yeah,
or not, I had that movie. Hold on a second, I'm gonna show
that,
you. Oh God, yeah,
okay,
I gotta show you.
yeah, yeah. It was how. But the thing was, Howard the Duck did not look like anything he was in the Marvel comics. Though he looked more like Donald Duck. But I could see why they wanted to change that look though, because they didn't want to get sued by Disney, saying that he looks too similar to Donald. So I
They
can
just want to sell
understand why.
toys, dude. They want to sell toys
Yeah,
too. That was
yeah,
totally during the movies and games were 2 hour commercials for toys.
right. That's pretty much what it was though, because they wanted to extend that
Yeah,
lineup because they saw there was potential because not kids nowadays won't be able. Ah, there we go.
toys were
I
big money back then, man. Toys are big
Oh
I
money.
boy.
I actually loved this movie. This movie was like so ahead of its time. I believe what was what was the actor's name? And the actress actually was
Oh, Leah
also
Thompson. Yes.
yeah, Leah
Yeah,
Thompson
Leah Thompson. Yes.
and
Yeah, she was
um
hot. Yeah, back in the day. Oh yeah.
was it
She was in Back
Tim
to the Future
Robbins?
also.
Tim Robbins. That he was also in there too. Tim Robbins and
Wait,
Jeffrey
Yeah.
Jones.
Shawshank? Tim Robbins?
Tim Robbins was actually in the movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He played
That
it.
that
Pretty
Tim
basic.
Robbins?
He played
Yeah, he's
as the
pretty basic too.
Wow.
he played as the what was he when he played as the doctor, right? The one who actually released the demons in a sense from another dimension.
We're
Oh
glad
yeah, that's
for him, man,
right.
because he was in.
He
He's
got
like in
and
a
then he got
plastic
possessed by
now.
one and everything. I love how he got possessed though. Yes, we are.
Yeah.
I was like,
He started having
okay.
he had these psychic powers, and I'm like, oh god, this is bonkers.
Yeah.
When I saw that as a kid, I was like,
The
this
part of the diner was hilarious though. I actually like that. He's like, oh yeah.
yeah. So then so yeah, on top of that though, I started looking more and more into it though. But then like during that time, they started coming out like with action figures, and then I started looking more into it, and then I found out about this. When I first found out about the X-Men game that was coming out of the NES, my friend bought it at the time, and then we were checking it out though. So I actually, because I didn't get to stay too long, I actually, hey, you think I could borrow that game? He said, yeah, sure, go ahead. So I borrowed it from him. I played the game, and I hated the game. I thought the game was so bad, but it did not make me have a hate towards the X-Men though, because I still like those characters, especially the cartoon. And then I looked more into it. I started looking at some when I went to like a comic book shop where they had cards, because I started collecting Marvel Universe cards, because I didn't wasn't a big comic book reader though until like much later, like when we started getting more cartoons, and then I wanted to read more about these characters.
Yeah,
And then when I found out about the Punisher, I wanted to look more into him, because I found out that he is associated with he has some team ups with Spider Man.
oh
So
God.
everybody likes Spider Man, and then also on top of that, not just the cartoons, but I grew up with the live action TV shows. Like I grew up with the live action Adam West Batmans. I grew up watching the Superman movie. I grew up watching the Incredible Hulk. They used to come on Channel 11, like right after 21 Jump Street. I used to,
Mhm.
they used to, I used to watch that because I love Lou Ferrigno, and at the time, and Billy Bixton was the perfect Bender. He really was. He really nailed that role big time. on that show. Then I watched the TV movies where they had. Then I was introduced with Thor. You know, because when I saw Thor, I was like, oh, he's a Marvel character. Then I found out about Daredevil because Daredevil was in the second Incredible Hulk movie too, also. So and
Oh,
then
wasn't
I
that the
found out about the
one?
Kingsman.
Wasn't that the one when they actually dealt with was it not Mindbender? What was the guy? What was the
No,
villain?
no, that was the one with the Kingpin though.
Oh, that was the
That
one
was
with
the
Kingpin.
one with the Incredible Hulk. Yeah, that was the one with because remember, Matt Murdock was a lawyer. He was he was Bender's lawyer in that film. So
Yes, yes, yes,
and
yes, yes.
then I looked up into Daredevil, and then I said, oh, Daredevil's pretty cool. So I thought I wanted to learn more and more about these characters, and I found out there was comic books of them. Some of my friends had it. I I usually go to the comic book store. Sometimes I would look, but then I wanted to have a collection, so I ended up buying the cards. So like it was the live action movies and TV shows that introduced me to the world of Marvel and DC. So I remember when I saw the first Batman movie, the '89 movie, when my father took me to see that movie. I was like blown away by this because this Batman movie was nothing like the Adam West TV show at all.
You,
So it was dark and gritty. So I liked it. I liked it though. I mean, it gave me a little bit of chill there. So and I was like, oh, you know what? I kind of like this version of Batman. He's more dark. He's more serious. So it's not as campy as the Adam West and Burt Ward versions. So I still like him, but this one took me to a next level
it's
of
funny too.
enjoyment.
It's funny. I mean, I want to interject a little bit. I find it
Sure.
funny that when people actually went to go see the 1989 version of Batman, and they were thinking that they were going to get that Adam West campy one
Yes.
with, and people were like, oh, where's Robin? Where's Robin? I said, dude, Robin wasn't introduced in the thing until later on. If you read the
Yeah,
comics,
much a little bit later. Yeah.
Batman didn't know about Dick Grayson at all. Better yet, in the thing, it wasn't even wasn't even Dick Grayson. It was actually I think it was who was
No,
it?
it was Dick
It
Grayson.
was Dick
No,
Grayson,
because
right?
what happened?
Yeah, yes,
It was Dick Grayson
yeah,
because he found out about Dick Grayson when he found out that Tony Zuko that killed his parents in that circus act accident though, and then that's when Bruce Wayne decided he wanted to take him in. So
yeah,
that's what it was. That's what the story was. That's
yeah.
how he took Dick Grayson in. He started to train him. He became his sidekick Robin. So yeah,
Cool,
I
cool.
figured that okay, they
He could
weren't
have
going
bought
to
him
show
some
Robin yet.
pants.
What's that?
He could have bought him
What's
some
that?
pants.
But well,
No,
Right?
seriously.
you know, I
Yeah,
mean,
with the yeah, it looked like the
Billionaire.
short.
Can't buy the boy some pants.
well, I think
Yeah,
it.
right? But yeah, and he has pants of his own. Like, what's up with that?
Hey,
I'm just
I
joking,
just did
man.
not get
you can't.
unless he wants to wear shorts. I don't care. Maybe he wants to wear shorts, and they say, I'm not going to argue with you. Go ahead and wear the shorts. Wear the
Yeah.
damn shorts. yeah,
This damn kid.
Oh, hey, listen.
Kids
yeah,
these days.
Anybody likes to wear underoos and everything, over some tights and everything. Why not? Well, I can't really blame them. You know,
yeah.
but
But yeah,
yeah. But
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 no, no,
go ahead.
no, no, I just don't want to talk. But no, but that's how I was introduced to the world of Marvel, DC, and then I didn't come up with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It was the cartoon that got me into it. And then my friend of mine, my friend of mine showed me a comic book of the Turtles, and I couldn't believe how dark it was. Like I was reading an issue where Splinter was missing, and then Raphael and Leonardo they were fighting with each other, and then Mikey and Donatello they just stood back and watched it. And I said to myself, how come they're not helping each other? They probably just didn't want to get in their ways, and then Ralph hurt Leo, and it was crazy. And I wanted to read the next issue because I saw the Triceratons appeared at the end of it. So I was
Mm,
like, wow. So it's the same thing with the Batman ones. I saw the Adam West one, childish, and then I saw the darker Batman from the '89. Same thing with the Turtles. I said I saw the cartoon, then I saw the comics.
mm.
So it introduced me into a world where there's going to be light versions and there's going to be darker versions of these heroes.
Yep.
So it
So
was unique.
I actually love how diversified they actually did. You know, the games and then the movies. I mean, the comic books two, movies two, games, which is actually
Yeah.
you know it's kind of weird too because when you think about it, I mean the other day, here we go, Dorian. Hey Dorian, what's going on, man?
Oh,
Oh yeah.
He's back again. He's a TMN. Yes, that's the TMNT graphic novels. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, the
Oh,
graphic novels.
Yeah.
Mm.
I read it. I read the issues. I had comic books though because we had to get the issues at the time until they didn't make the graphic novels until much later. So,
Yeah, yeah. Oh
but
man.
but the games though at first I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't want I don't like to I always like to tell the truth, but let's face it, the first batch of Marvel and DC games we first started off with, they were not good until later on they improved.
ca-
They
ca-
improved much later.
Cash grabs. They were all cash grabs. They were
Yeah,
actually what they were doing. They were capturing the. So they're trying to capture the love of the comic books, but unfortunately, they just couldn't get
cartoons.
they
Yeah,
couldn't get the gameplay. They couldn't get the gameplay right, and that is the problem.
right.
I mean, think about it. I mean, the NES was so limited when it comes to the hardware, and of course,
yeah.
they were trying to find a way to make it fun. Like for instance, I mean,
Oh,
I just showed a video
oh,
on the
Chris.
thing of the X Men game that you were talking about.
Chris, what's up?
Yay, what's going on, Chris?
Yeah,
But yeah,
the X Men game, the Silver Surfer game.
yeah.
You know,
Silver Surfer game. I keep on telling people about Silver Surfer is one of those games that basically on the level of X Men, but just that much more difficult and weird and
Really?
yeah, it's so it's like a shooter. It's a shooter game in a sense because it's a side. It's like a top down side scroller. It's a scrolling game. Okay, basically it's like it's a parallel scroller. Like you it's like
right?
from top to bottom. But the problem is that the enemy detections are so random, and it kind of glitches out. Sometimes you can't see the bullets, so you're getting hit left and right and center, and you can't
Oh, it's
really
got
see.
flicker. Bad
Yeah,
flicker.
it's flickering,
And you can't touch the
Yeah.
sides too.
and you can't touch the
If you
sides
touch
either.
the sides, if you touch the sides, you fall off from your surfboard. I'm like, what?
Yeah, yeah. It's one of those games that it's just unfair mechanics. They wasn't well thought out. I mean, it could have been a fun game if they actually had it a little bit more fair. Play.
Maybe the developers hate children.
No, I think it's just
They wanted to rip us off.
it's
You want
LG
to spank these kids for playing too much video games.
No, yeah, but let me tell you something. They wanted to punish comic book and cartoon kids kids who loves comics and cartoons, and they didn't want to give us a great game though until later on in the '90s though when we finally got a great Spider-Man game, which was Spider-Man versus Kingpin on the Genesis and Sega CD. So
Sega made sure that game was right. I'm so glad that they
yeah,
did because
oh yeah,
that game was wow. I
It was
don't
like
yeah.
an
know.
arcade
I
game.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh
It
I
was.
didn't
yeah.
mind I didn't mind the Punisher game on the NES. I thought it was all right.
No, the Punisher game was good. The Punisher game was really
Yeah,
really good because
on the
it was a
NES
shooter.
and
It was a shooter. It was
yeah,
like
and the
yeah.
thing and the one on Game Boy was good though because they had Spider Man in there as well. It was the same thing as the NES version. You move around, you shoot people, and then you got to watch out for civilians.
Mm-hmm.
If you shoot the civilians, you lose life.
Yep. So
So
I mean, let's fast forward. Like Super NES and Genesis times.
we had the NES ones though. We had there was Spider Man Return to Sinister Six though, but that wasn't that great
No,
of a game.
that wasn't a good
I
game.
mean, we did have we did have three good Batman games. We had Batman on the NES.
Hmm.
We had Batman Return to Joker. That was a good one, and Batman Returns on the NES was also a good game by Konami. That
Yes,
was a good one.
absolutely.
Those those were some good ones. And then I know the Game Boy they had three Spider-Man games. So the first one, eh, Whose phone? Who's that? Somebody's phone?
That's my phone. That's my phone.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. There was three Spider-Man games on the Game Boy. I don't know if you remember those.
Oh yes, I remember those.
Those, yeah. So yeah, those were okay, but didn't really hit the mark with Spider-Man on those. So now I think we covered up for the NES though. But then there was also another Spider-Man game that I loved when I was over at Playland. It was Spider-Man, the video game, the arcade game. You got to play as either Spider-Man, Black Cat, Hawkeye from the Avengers, and No More the Submariner. I don't know if you
Yes,
guys remember that game.
I loved that game when it came out
That
in
was
the
a great
arcade.
game.
See that when
That was such a
I
that was
played
good.
that game. I played that game when it first got introduced. When I was actually over at China Gifts. But China Gifts, yeah, I keep on talking about China Gifts. China Gifts in White Plains. White Plains, was like right next to where I used to. I think it was one of my old jobs. And China Gifts, I used to
Nice.
go there every single time to play any new video game. I mean, I got introduced to Street Fighter 2, then Street Fighter 2, the what do you call it, the
Championship.
Championship edition, because they said they got an update. I was like, an update? I was like, well, I thought it was fake, but it was real. And because I actually
Yeah.
showed it in, they showed it in the an episode, was it Game Fan? Not Game Fan, Game Pro. Game Pro magazine.
Yes, Game Pro they showed it. Yes.
Yes. So Game Pro and everything they showed that, and then of course each EGM or Electronic Gaming Monthly at the time they actually was, showing that too. Man, I had a good, we had a blast, man. And the fact that you could play as all
Oh
four
yeah.
bosses, the fact that you could play all four bosses in the game was just really
Heck yeah.
freaking awesome. So of course
Heck
who would
yeah.
I choose? M Bison. Oh yes, M Bison with that second
Of
strike.
course. Yep.
So and
Of course.
then
And then
and then of course Turbo came out like a couple of I think year later, a year or
mhm,
two later I think it was.
yeah.
So that
Then
that's
yeah. Then right after I played Spider Man, I played Captain America and the Avengers. I thought that was awesome because I do like the fact that
the
I do like I do
Avengers.
I do like the fact that they have the characters. They were talking like whenever they talk, you see the quote right there. But you know what? I think we're going a little bit further. I want to know Tony's history about how did he find out about these Marvel DC characters.
Oh
So
yeah,
'cause we
yeah.
didn't get to, we didn't get to we
There
didn't
you
get to
go.
hear it, so I
Oh,
don't
you
want to go any
do?
further.
Oh yes, absolutely.
You want
Teasing
to
you
skip
guys.
it? We'll skip you.
I'm just having fun with you. Well,
No,
I didn't really get into comic books per se. My first
like me.
encounter with yeah, it's very similar to yours with Johnny. My first encounter with comic book hero Superman movie. I saw Superman 3 when I was a wee lad. It was the first movie I ever went to. My mom took me, and then
Cool.
and I caught up by watching the first one as one, and I was hooked on Superman for like pretty much my entire grade school years, and until about fourth grade when I started getting video games. That's why there weren't many comic book games around then that I were aware of. I was more into
Yeah.
like finding things. My whole thing when I was a kid was like, that's out in the arcade. Let's see if I can find it at home if it's available on the home console. That's every time I went to the store. I had no idea what was out there. I had no advanced knowledge. Right? I just kept going to the store and checking if they had such and such a title there. I must have went to the store looking for Double Dragon for like 2 years straight
Mhm.
for the Sega. For the Sega, it was
Wow.
already in the Nintendo, but I couldn't find the Sega one for a while.
There was
So,
wasn't
but
there
yeah,
limited copies. I think it was limited copies at the time too. I mean, it was hard to find. You
It
know.
was it was hard
okay.
to find.
My
Did,
dad found it.
did any of
My dad
yeah? Did
found
any
it.
of you
Yeah,
grow up watching Super Friends by any chance though?
Oh,
yeah, of
yes,
course,
the Super
of
Friends comes
course,
on all the time on freaking
of course.
Me T was it Me TV
The TV
Tunes?
tunes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, they show the reruns. I mean, like I'm talking about like during that time we were watching car. I watched a little bit of it though. I didn't watch like too much of it though. But that's how I found out about Wonder Woman. I found out about the Flash, and then all these other characters. Though I remember there was a Flash TV show at the time. That's
Hmm.
how I learned more about it. Then when I saw on the Game Pro magazine they were coming out with a Flash game, but it was on the Game Boy, so I never got to play that. And then there was Swamp Thing. There was a TV series I used to watch, and there was a cartoon. They had a game that came out on the NES and the Game Boy, but I never got a chance to play those games.
Mm.
So But like I said, I mostly know more. Like I said before, I knew more about these characters from live action TV shows and cartoons. So you know,
Mm, mm.
because during that time I didn't have like a comic book store right next to me until like years later. During the time when the X-Men cartoon and the Spider-Man cartoon '90s cartoon came out at that time, then it started rising.
Yeah, I'm trying
So
to see. Someone was to mention there's something about the Darksiders. Do you recall if they actually were a based off of a comic? I think they're based off a comic.
I have no idea.
I
I'm,
that's news. I never heard of it though.
okay, Darksiders. Yeah, I wanted to look that up. Well, keep on talking. I'm gonna look that up. While you
But
don't
yeah,
mind.
like
All right, so
all
where
right.
were we?
No, go ahead, Tony. Yeah, finish up. You
Oh, my bad. Yeah, so around fourth grade, that's when I started playing what's it called, Batman on the NES.
can.
That was amazing.
Oh
That
yes.
game
Yeah,
was amazing.
Oh yes.
So that got me. That was my first comic book game. You can count the Ninja Turtles, but I had no idea they were a comic book at the time. I didn't know
we
that
didn't know either.
until like the late
Yeah.
'90s. I didn't know that at all. So
Oh,
I'm not really counting them as part of my childhood experience and getting into them. I wasn't really into comics to begin with. I did collect Superman comics for a brief moment, a brief year, before Street Fighter 2 came out. That was all over. I stopped collecting comics altogether. I was just addicted, totally. And then from then on, well into my adulthood, my comic book experience was through pretty much all the Marvel versus games and all the
oh,
Capcom
the
Marvel
mall
games that they
fighting
put
games.
out. That's
Yeah,
mostly
the
yeah, it's
mall
mostly
fighting
fighting
games. Yeah.
games. There's a
Hmm.
couple of adventure. The one that comes to mind, which I think is the greatest superhero game ever, because it captures the character perfectly. You feel like the character. You do everything he does. You have to think like he does just to advance. The Arkham series. They're so good they all
Yeah.
come together for me. But that is the
Oh yeah.
best superhero game in my opinion, hands down.
Yeah. No, the Arkham series is phenomenal, man.
Yeah, it
Arkham
was great.
Origins, Arkham Asylum. Yeah.
Mm, mm.
There's some
Asylum,
close ones. I
Arkham
like the
City.
Punisher game too, but it was pretty much just Max Payne with Punisher in it.
Oh, you talking about the 2005 game that came out on the
Yeah, it
Xbox
was
and
very good.
PS2?
It was very good, but
That
yeah,
was a good game,
kind of generic.
bro. Oh, dude, the stuff you could do, how you torture those criminals was brutal, man. It was
Yeah,
so
but
brutal.
you lost points if you killed them,
Yeah,
and
that's
that
what bothers me about it. That's why.
the
That's why. That's
Punisher's
why.
supposed to murk them, man.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'd
That's the
use a
thing,
cheat
though.
code that way I could just kill them and keep playing.
I know. I was like, come on, that's what the Punisher does. I mean, he ends these criminals. That's why to me, the best Punisher game to me is the one from Capcom, the arcade game. You know,
That
because
is
you get to
so
you.
much fun. You're talking
It
about the beat 'em
is.
up. It is
Yes,
one of the most
with Nick
fun.
Fury, with Nick
How
Fury
can I
as the
forget
second
that one?
player.
Yeah, I definitely played that in the X-Men arcade game. That was a lot of
Oh, there you
fun.
go. Yeah, I'm pretty
X-Men
sure
and the Punisher
I'm pretty
arcade
sure.
games. I played those constantly. How can I forget them? Yeah,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Did you catch the X-Men cartoon, the Spider-Man cartoon around Fox Kids,
of
the '90s
course, of
cartoon?
course.
Oh, that
There you
was
Yeah, I'd
go.
that
Oh
watch them
was
yeah,
after school, dude.
Spider Man. I
yeah.
love that show. Spider Man. I watched every single Saturday. Every
You
Saturday.
saw Blade and the Punisher on that cartoon.
Of
Absolutely.
course.
They did show
That's
up.
how
They
everybody knew
cameoed. They had a
about
lot of
that.
cameos show up.
Yeah, look, you do. Yeah, exactly. That's how people found out about. There was Fantastic Four. They had Doctor
And then
Strange. They had Daredevil, the X-Men,
then
like
the X-Men
Captain
cartoon I
America.
watched a lot. And then
Yes.
They
what what
really
what
kept to the
X-Men
one.
game were you guys talking about that was bad? Because when I was the one I played, two on the Genesis were amazing.
Which one?
Which one?
The X-Men
The
games?
X-Men, yeah, on the
Those
Genesis.
was yeah,
No,
X-Men One and
X Men
Two. Those
Genesis
were good
game was
games.
great. That was a
Yeah.
good
They were
game.
good.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
going further back, like Pat, like pre-Genesis and Super
Yeah, we're talking about
Nintendo.
NES.
yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah,
NES games.
Yeah, we're talking
they
Yeah.
about
just
the
didn't
computer
have,
and the NES
they
and
just
the Game
weren't
Boy game.
they didn't have the technology to do what these superheroes could do on screen yet, or make it look good.
Right. That's what it was, though.
But
That's
but
why when I
Batman
first
was
played
good.
yeah, and the Spider-Man game on the Genesis and the Sega CD, that was really good. I enjoy those games. And then we had X-Men Mutant Apocalypse on the SNES. I thought that was fantastic.
Mhm.
Spider-Man and X-Men was one of the most. It captured the concept of a comic book, but the game and the music was so good, but the game was so damn hard, man. No continues. You lose all your lives. That's it.
What about Batman and Robin on the Genesis? It
That
was
was
like it played like
hard.
Shinobi, but it was as
That
fast
was
paced as
such a hard
Contra.
That
game,
It
man.
was
game
nuts.
wasn't it? It was
It
more
was
of
So
a
a
much
shooter.
fun though.
It was more of a
it was a
shooter than
shooter
Yeah, it was a
game.
shooter. It was pretty much. It was
Yeah,
almost
yeah,
like I said. It was like Shinobi, but like at Contra speed.
yeah.
Like
that's
you take
pretty much
Shinobi
what
and
the
put it in
game
bullet
was.
hell, and that was the Batman game. Batman and Robin.
Yeah, yeah. There was, but here's a funny thing: the Super Nintendo version of the Adventures of Batman and Robin was different though, because you got to play Batman and you got to play like different episodes. Like one episode you go after the Joker, second episode
Oh,
you go
cool.
after Poison Ivy. It was a
Hmm.
one-player action game though. That's what it was though. It wasn't two-player.
Yeah, no, me and my cousins loved it because it was 2 players, man. So we all got to play. It was amazing.
Yeah, yeah. It was good, but the game was so freaking hard, man. Oh,
I
it
love
leveled
it.
up it leveled up the
The music was
notch.
great too.
Oh yeah,
The music was great. It was like the club music we were listening to at the time.
right. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it might be. Dorian's asking if that was the one where the Batmobile was a super power up. I can't remember.
I don't know.
Um,
I don't think
I just
so.
remember the graphics being very good. It looked almost like the cartoon, like you were playing the cartoon. That's why I
Right.
loved it. I was like, wow, it was really
Yeah,
realistic.
yeah. Exactly. It was like you played like one episode. Like I said, the first stage you go up against the Joker. The second stage you go after I think it was Two Face, and then Mad Hatter, and then Mister Freeze.
Mm.
Yeah, because each stage had their own villains that you go up against.
Yeah, I'm trying to
So
find
yeah,
out for Dorian here. The what I'm talking about is the Genesis. I never had the Super Nintendo one. I
yeah,
was jealous though because my friends had the Batman on the Super Nintendo, the one that came out around '89 when the Batman movie was huge.
yes,
Yes, yes,
That
yeah.
one it had
Oh
the
yeah,
music from the movie,
yeah.
like
It
damn
did.
near CD perfect on a cartridge.
that's right.
You want to know? Yeah, you want to know which Batman game was one of my favorite Batman games of all time was Batman Returns on the SNES. That was such
I
a
think that's the one I'm
fantastic
talking
beat-em-up
about.
game.
I had
I
the
think that's it. That's it.
that's the one. Yeah, I actually had that on
That's it.
my gameplay footage and everything. I'm
Yeah,
showing it right now, so yeah, people could actually see it right there. I have like a little bit of footage of that.
yeah.
Right now,
The fact that you could grab both clowns at the same time and bang their heads
bang their heads
together like
together.
that.
You could throw enemies
Oh
into the
my god.
background and all that stuff.
Yes,
Yeah,
the glass, the
yes,
window. Yes, and
and
even the bench too. You could break the bench too and just throw them there.
yeah, it's awesome.
Oh man, that game was fantastic. If you throw them in the pole, you hear the boing, and then you put a dent on the pole. Oh man,
So good,
that game was
so
fantastic,
much
man.
fun,
Oh
so much fun. Oh
yeah,
my goodness.
and then of course we cannot forget about the X-Men game from Konami, the arcades. Oh
Yes.
man,
Best
phenomenal.
6 player game ever. 6 players
Oh
just wrecking
Actually,
shop.
that
It
was
was
like one
so
of the
much
first.
fun.
That was one of the first six-player arcade
So much
games.
fun.
Believe it or not,
yes, you're right, Tars.
it was
You're
actually
right.
one. It was actually one of the very first six-player arcade games and everything. Most ambitious arcade game ever made. At 6 players, it was a large cabinet with 3 screens, and
Yes,
with 6 players, and you had the choice between like 5 different 6 different characters. You have
six characters.
Wolverine, Cyclops, Cyclops,
Colossus,
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 Colossus Junior,
Nightcrawler,
Nightcrawler.
Dazzler,
Colossus,
and
No, no, I'm Jubilee, Dazzler,
Dazzler. I'm sorry,
Dazzler,
Dazzler, and who's the other one?
Storm,
and
Storm, Storm,
Storm,
Storm. Thank you. I
Nightcrawler,
forgot
and
Storm.
Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler.
Yeah, I
Yes.
mentioned Nightcrawler.
Yes.
Chris
So
brought up a
Yeah.
good one in the chat. You guys ever play
What's
the
that?
Spawn games? Spawn.
For the Super
oh,
Nintendo, yes.
Spawn, yes. Oh my God,
Super
And the
Nintendo,
yes.
yes.
Dreamcast too. The Dreamcast one
The
was
Oh
awesome.
Dreamcast was
my God,
good, yes.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
Chris,
Oh,
thank you. You mentioned that game. But
Yes, Chris. If
so
you get a
much
hold of
fun.
Spawn,
yeah,
play it.
Oh,
You will
so
you will
good.
have a
yeah.
lot of fun.
So freaking
Those,
good.
those were good games. However, though, the Spawn game on PlayStation 1, it was a bad game, but here's the thing. Here's the catch what I do like about that game. I like the fact that you could rip the guy's arm off. You could beat the hell out of them with it.
Yes.
Spawn
Yes.
was awesome, man. Let's see. I'm trying to find the
That
right
was on
one
D-
for Chris. It was on
Yeah.
the Dreamcast. Was it Spawn in the Demon's Hand?
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
one.
It played like the heavy metal games. It played like heavy
Yes.
metal. You got to play as like every different iteration of Spawn. There was like medieval Spawn in there. It was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
Oh
it, was, it,
man.
was, it was arena style. It was arena
Yeah, it was
style.
really
It
good.
was arena style gameplay. That's what it was. It was actually
Yes.
Let me see if I can look that up. I'm actually good.
You know what? That one
Well,
got spawned down pat too. That was like that's as good as Arkham is for Batman. That Spawn game is
yeah,
that good.
yeah,
Let me see if I
that
can
was
look it up
good.
so
I
we
mean,
can see
yeah,
because
Yeah, Spawn was
the
awesome.
Spawn game,
Definitely play it.
the Spawn game on Super Nintendo was like a side scroller game. That one was actually pretty good too. You know,
See,
that was from Acclaim. That was a pretty decent one. And then I did mention Spider-Man and Venom, Maximum Carnage. Those were great, and there was also Venom and Spider-Man Separation Anxiety. That was fun because they actually captured the comic book storyline of those comics arc at the time. But it
we
was
got to
fun
bring
beating
up
them
an
up games.
interesting. We got to bring up an interesting one because we already touched on it. Comic book heroes and villains cameoing in other games, sometimes even being the center of the game's story, like Marvel vs. Capcom, or like saying Spawn showing up in Soul Calibur, that kind of stuff. I
Right,
love
guest
stuff
characters.
like that.
Heck yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I remember. Do you know what was the best cameo appearance though for me was in Injustice 2. They had the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and they had
that was so
Hellboy.
awesome.
Ooh,
You
I
could put,
slept on that game. Injustice 2 is great.
you know,
The
Yeah,
story,
I
good.
liked it.
Yeah, it was good.
yes, it
I was
was.
Yeah,
not expecting it. So I
The
went
first
in
one was good
expecting
too. I
nothing.
mean, if you think
It was
about
great.
it, because I mean, it actually had some interesting characters that threw in there, like Lobo. He had Lobo in there,
oh yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I slept on that
it
game. It
was
was
fun
really good.
DC. So yeah,
yeah. So, and of course, Scorpion. They had to throw in Scorpion. They had to.
yeah, because it's another Realm Studios. They
Another
got to
round
throw in
Another
their
round.
they
their
had to throw in
mascot.
Scorpion, of
Yeah, we got
course.
to put our boy in there.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, and then
So,
in Injustice 2, they end up putting two of their characters in there, Sub Zero and Raiden.
mm,
They had to put them in there, but yeah, and then of course we did. Oh yeah, there's how could I forget this game? It was a game on Super Nintendo. It was called Marvel Superheroes War of the Gems. Though it played like X-Men Mutant Apocalypse, but you could play as either Wolverine, the Incredible Hulk, Iron Man, Spider-Man, and Captain America. And then your mission was Adam Warlock sent you to get the gems and get to take those, make sure that Doctor Doom and Thanos didn't get them. So it was based off
Oh,
the
I so wanted
yeah,
to play this one. I never
that
got a
was a
chance to.
I
Yeah.
that was such a good game. That was good. It played
actually,
almost exactly like X-Men Mutant Apocalypse.
and what's great about the game though is that you actually have combos. You can do combos and super
Yes,
moves, almost like all the superheroes, like an actual video, like the
you
arcade,
can.
like side, like
Yeah, you can do like motion. Yeah, like if you do like a down forward attack, characters like have their own special moves around that. You can do your own special moves if you do like down forward or forward attack. You know, just like that. Capcom added those motion special moves, motions, so you can pull out different attacks for these characters.
Wait, War of the Gems was Capcom too?
Yes,
it was Capcom. Yeah, it was a Capcom game. Hmm.
yeah,
It's totally a
that's the
precursor to Marvel Superheroes, the arcade game.
Of course,
yeah,
That's exactly the
yeah.
arcade game, just before the arcade game.
Well, it was a side scroller game though. That's the difference. The Super Nintendo was a side scroller game.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Was it? I see two.
yeah,
These must be boss battles. That's why.
yeah. Because the Super Nintendo was
I
a
see it.
side
Never
scroller
mind.
game.
Yeah, side
Yeah,
scroller, and then the boss had an energy bar. There you go. Okay.
Yep,
there you go.
yep, there you go.
Right,
So yeah, they took this game, made it a fighting game, and there's Marvel superheroes. Nice.
Pretty
right.
much, pretty much.
Well, that's how they did. That's how they did it though. But
That's cool.
let me see. Well, did we mentioned the death and return of Superman already, right?
Yeah, I think we did.
One I wanted to play.
Actually, matter of fact,
I want.
no. Let's I think
That
we
was
can
off
talk about
air.
that.
We,
We could talk
yeah,
about that. We could talk about that one.
yeah, we can bring it on air
Yeah, because you know why? Because
Oh yeah.
Superman games need to be talked about. Superman games need to be
because he
talked
can't
about.
get a good one.
Because right now there are so many Superman games that actually were good, and there were some that were really, really bad, and then there were
Mhm.
some that actually almost hit the mark, but just didn't quite get it right.
They
Like
just didn't get it. Yeah,
the 360 version could have been the ultimate Superman game, and they almost nailed it.
it was
Almost,
boring.
almost nailed it. It was boring. Yes, it was boring, and also it was
One
cheap too.
one day he'll get a good game. One day, one day.
Well,
Like I said,
I
give it to the
mean,
team of the Kakarot team and watch. It would be great.
well, I mean, yeah, that would be good too. But here's the thing. they actually did a good Superman game that was based off the animated series. It was called Superman. What was the name of it? Shadow of Apocalypse. So that came out on the PlayStation 2 and GameCube. It was based off the animated series,
Mm.
and game was actually pretty deep. It was actually pretty good. So I'm saying to myself, so you mean to tell me all this technology we have, these guys can't at WB Games they can't do a awesome Superman game? I don't get it. I just don't get it.
I feel like they probably got rushed to bring it out because they're trying to capitalize on the movie. The movie was as recently I think the Superman Returns movie was coming out, and they had a deadline because remember the movie came out in the theaters, and the theaters they only
Right.
gonna be in the theaters what for like half a year or something like that, like 6 months or something like that
Probably
before
like the whole summer,
not the
almost
whole
the whole
summer. Well,
summer.
yeah, but this
Yeah.
is before movies actually became digital and all that nonsense. This is way
Yeah,
before
like a
this.
month or two later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like
Hmm.
yeah, so but
Yeah.
they had an opportunity to really capitalize on Superman as a
Hmm.
superhero. They should have done it more of like other worlds. They could instead of just Earth. They could have done other worlds. They could have done other super villains. But having Superman being so overpowered, so OP, without having somebody to having an equal, or something, to
Well,
make him seem more vulnerable than he actually is. Because remember,
well, well.
That's
Here's
why I
the
say
thing,
give it
though.
to the Kakarot team.
yeah, well,
No, the thing is that listen, his villains already know that if they have kryptonite, they have the upper advantage. So, like, they can actually make enemies that are almost like powerful as he is. Because if you in the Superman guy I was just telling you about, Shadow of Apocalypse, you fought like his powerful villains. You fought Metallo, you fought Livewire, you fought Parasite, and then then you also fight Lex Luthor. But then at the end of it, you think Lex Luthor's involved with it, but he wasn't. He was secretly working with Darkseid. And at the
mm,
end, of course, Darkseid. He has some badass like enemies that can actually give Superman a fight.
mm,
So
mm, mm, mm.
you know that
Oh, of course, yeah, of
because
course, yeah, yeah, of
yeah,
course.
yeah. So yeah, he's got villains that can actually give Superman a beating though.
Mm.
So they can do it, but it's just like these people don't know just how to comply to it. That's the problem.
His
So
powers are hard to capture on screen by traditional like Western games mechanics. It's hard to get.
Well, the
I
art.
just don't get this.
You
I
give
just
it
don't
to a
get to see
Japanese
how
company
hard
like
this
that.
is.
Like I said, Bandai Namco, give it to them. Watch that super speed pop on screen. Watch those punches pop on screen.
Listen,
Watch the
I would love to.
destruction of him throwing boulders and
I,
mountains on screen. It would
I
have
would
been
love to
great.
see that. I mean, I would love to see that, but fucking WB Games, they don't know what they're doing. It's like they want to keep everything to themselves because they think they know that. Oh, let's give it to this company; they can do better. It's that no, you guys are screwing up.
I have a
You
feeling. I have a strange feeling that they are going
yeah,
to,
I would love to see that
yeah,
though.
they're going to make I think they might. I don't even think they. I don't think they're going to attempt it, but I think they are going to do it. They're going to make a video game based off of the recent Superman movie because there's
I
just
don't want that.
listen.
No.
Don't put it past them. I have a feeling they're going to try to capitalize somehow, some way, somehow, because DC games actually, need a little boost because of what happened to. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about the games that actually flopped. We got to talk
Like,
about that freaking
yeah.
Suicide Squad. We got to talk about
But
that game.
yeah.
That
Oh my
game,
god. Yeah.
that it's
N64 Superman.
oh my gosh. I
Yeah.
mean,
Superman and N64. That's like
N64.
you go
Yes,
through you
Uh,
all you do is go through damn rings, and if you miss a ring, it's hard to turn around.
yep, yep.
It was a
yeah, that's like
struggle.
a that's like a
That
cell
game,
phone game, dude.
It it
dude. And
That's
then,
like that's like a cell phone
I
game.
want to yeah that game, and then of course Batman has some stinkers. We had Batman Forever on the SNES.
oh my gosh, that was so
So
horrible. That was
oh god, yeah.
horrible. I gotta show people that. Hold on, go ahead, keep talking.
And also we also had there was also Batman Forever, the arcade game. The game was like I mean the game could have been good, but the game was like there was so much stuff going all over the place. I don't know. Have you seen the arcade game of Batman Forever?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
It was chaotic. It was very chaotic. It was like but it was still fun. It was just chaotic.
It was no, it was fun though. I mean, it was two-player action, and then you got to see like Batman. He could absorb lightning and shoot it against his enemies, and then Robin could like do like he could bring up like some kind of like a meteor piece and then throw it at his enemies. Like they have all these powers, and I'm like, what is this? This is bonkers.
I
So
I'm
it came
rewatch
out. It came out on the PlayStation. It also came out on the Saturn.
I'm rewatching this the Batman Forever for the Super NES, and I forgot how terrible it actually is. It's like it's trash.
Yeah,
They
they use full
digitalized,
motion
yeah.
characters.
Oh
It's full
gosh.
They
motion
got
actors.
them running with the green light behind them like they did in the movie. It looks really stupid.
Right.
Yeah,
It,
yeah.
it's it's just like what the
Pixelated.
hell?
Did they add the bat nipples to the costumes in the game too?
I mean, probably.
I
I mean, they probably you couldn't really tell
Oh
because of how
man,
pixelated it is.
I remember when
pixelated bat
in the
nipples.
movie. I remember I I remember in the movie. It's like when you saw Batman Forever, like you saw like that. The only suit Batman had was the one that he had secretly in the Batcave. I remember when he was putting that shit. He put that suit on, and then the end of a
What was
close
with the
up,
butt
they
shot and the
deleted.
close up on the nipples, man?
That's what I was just gonna ask you. What the
Ridiculous.
fuck is with the ass shot?
Got
Why?
the Val Kilmer ass shot.
Listen, they had to give something to the
Why?
ladies. Listen, they had to give something to the ladies. So why not let them see Val Kilmer's bat butt for a little bit.
Yeah.
The bat bottom, the bat
Oh
bottom.
man.
You had to throw it in there. Why not? So what?
Yeah.
Big deal.
Wait, was
But
this?
you
Hold on. Was this the Kilmer one or the Clooney one? I don't
The
remember.
Kilmer one.
no
It's the Kilmer
the
one. Yeah,
Kilmer
the
one.
Kilmer one. Yeah, because
Okay, I
They
want to make sure I'm
actually
talking about the
yeah.
right guy.
yeah, because
Right. They actually did a Batman and Robin game, but it came out only on the PlayStation One, and they had the concept right though. You could drive on the Bat Cycle, the Batmobile, but the controls in that game was horrific. It was atrocious.
mm,
I don't know if you saw
Yeah, I
that
bet
game
their physics
before,
ended
Batman
it
and
down.
Robin on the PS1.
oh, I
That
did.
was
Send
horrific.
it
That was
back to physics
horrific.
school.
Well, we
It
got
was
to talk.
so bad.
We still could talk about some good games because let's talk about Deadpool. Deadpool, that game for the Xbox
360 and the PlayStation 3.
I didn't
360.
get a
Yeah.
chance to play
Oh
that one. I missed
yes,
it.
yes,
I gotta get
No,
on that because I love Deadpool.
so
that's
good.
on the Xbox One also.
One of
It's
the
on the
best,
Xbox One.
one of the best, one of the best Deadpool games ever. Pretty much, I would say one of the
One of the
best.
only
What?
ones. I mean, how many Deadpool games are there?
Actually, matter of fact, there
There
was
was only one.
there was only
No,
one.
there was only one Deadpool game.
Yeah.
He's
There
he's
was only
he's been
one.
in a lot of them as like a character, but like yeah, he's only
Yeah,
had
he
like
was
one
in.
game.
Yeah, he was in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would
Anything
say
Marvel, he's gonna be there. I mean, like
I would say that this Deadpool game is the definitive version because obviously
yeah,
I don't think they can actually mimic or make a better one out of this one. They can't because
yeah,
they
they,
had his
they probably they
character.
nailed it.
They nailed it. They nailed it completely.
yeah,
His
yeah.
characteristics, everything about him was great in this game.
Yo, hold
Right.
on. I just found something. There's gonna be a Deadpool VR game.
Oh, that's
I'm
Yeah,
gonna,
right.
we
I'm
know
gonna
Yes, I
about
buy it.
that.
forgot about that.
Yeah,
Yes, yes, yes.
yeah, we know about
Where
that.
can I
Yeah,
get?
yeah,
I'm gonna play. What is
yeah,
it?
You get to be
That's great.
Deadpool. You get to be Deadpool, and
yeah.
with all
It's a
this.
VR game. I seen that though, but I was like, okay, the concept is cool. I do like the fact they have Omega Red in the game because Omega Red is one of my favorite villains, though. But I can't play VR games because I get migraines for playing that. But
Yeah, you can't play for more than half an hour or hour, and then you're just like, ugh.
I
yeah,
really,
But I love it.
but yeah, yeah. No, they showed it at Gamescom. They announced it at Gamescom,
the part who's in
November
and they
18.
the
but
part.
the problem was we couldn't play that trail because they played that song. Tell Me to My Heart from what's her name. They played that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about though.
we couldn't play that trailer though because of that the licensed music.
Yeah,
So,
that's the
yeah,
only reason why. Yeah, yeah. But
nice, great song though. But Yeah.
Taylor Dane. Taylor Dane.
Exactly.
Hmm.
There's
Yeah.
there's a few other games that
Oh yeah, there was another there was actually a game I liked though on the SNES and Genesis. It was Spider-Man the Animated Series. Especially you had to fight like 20 of Spider-Man's villains though, and they had the Fantastic Four. You can call them to help you out, which was
Oh, I
cool.
remember that one. Yes.
That
And
was a good one.
now listen, we were talking about all those characters. Why are we not talking about the Green Man himself? We gotta talk about the
Which
Hulk.
the Incredible Hulk.
We gotta
Well,
talk
no,
about the Incredible
okay.
Hulk.
The Super
Yes.
Yo,
Nintendo
the game
game
was
I
fun.
love.
The
I love that
Hulk
game on
games you're
Super
talking about, the
Nintendo.
ones that played like Prototype, that was fun.
Well, there was a couple I liked. There was the Incredible Hulk game I liked on the Super Nintendo. That was good. And then there was Ultimate Destruction, and then they had one on PS1 and Saturn. I didn't like that game, but the Ultimate Destruction was the best Hulk game,
Still
in my
is.
opinion,
Still is the best one.
for the original Xbox.
For the
Yes,
original Xbox. Because that was
Yeah, that's
actually,
what.
PS2.
That's
believe it or
it.
not, never came out for any other console. It never came out for any other console, I don't think. I think it was only available for Xbox. It was Xbox exclusive.
Yeah, and PS2 and
Oh,
PS2 and
that's right. That's
GameCube,
right.
I
I'm
believe.
sorry. So it wasn't exclusive. Actually, that's right. Here we go. Yes, it came out for the PS2.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
I think that that game right there was so good. It actually proves that
It was fantastic.
you can make a good Hulk game that's fun and
It was so
destructive
much fun.
and
Yeah,
destructive, and you just go to town. You play as the Hulk. Look at this, man. This is so amazing.
yeah,
You can
dude.
dash, you can do the super jump and stuff like that. You can do the triple jump. You can pick up two cars and everything and smash them together and make them like freaking gloves. Come on, man.
Yeah,
You climb the buildings
yeah.
like you would. Like oh, come on, man. It's
Yeah,
so good.
dude, you have the stomp, you have the sonic clap, you got
And
all his
and
moves.
you get powered up and everything as the stages go on, and you actually build on that, which is so good. You know, the controls are good. The aiming was good. You know, you go against tanks and stuff like that. You can pick up the freaking what do you call it, the nozzle and stuff like that, and swing the freaking turret.
Yeah, just shoot, yeah, and you can spin that sucker around. You
Spin
can just
around, and
toss it.
it's so freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude, yeah.
I wish I had that game still. I don't know
Dude,
why I didn't.
dude, I'm going on eBay. I got to get a copy of that game. I missed that freaking game.
That
I
game
still
was
play the
good.
dude. I still play the Incredible Hulk game on the Super NES, and I was surprised that they gave the Hulk like so many moves in that game. He's got the stomp. He's got the he could grab the guys and give him a pile driver. And
Mm,
there's a one there's he could actually like curve him like a ball and then throw like bowling style. He has a sonic clap. He's got the shoulder charge. Dude,
oh
dude,
man.
it's like the way they did this game was so awesome. What was crazy about the game, like towards the end, that you ended up in the leader's body, and then you had to fight his brain, and then once you got out of it, you're back at the leader's lab. And you have to fight the robots, and then you fight the leader himself. And he was the easiest final boss ever. You know, all you had to do against him, just uppercut him and send his ass flying.
That's crazy. That's freaking
Yeah,
crazy. You know,
yeah.
it came out for the Genesis also, believe it or not.
Yes, for the Genesis also.
The
Yes.
Genesis also. I think the
Hmm.
Super Nintendo was a little better because the characters were a little
I
bigger.
think the Super Nintendo was better though.
Yeah,
I
because
think because I think the controls was better.
the controls were better, and
Yeah.
also the fact that the
The music
Super
was much better.
yes, the music was better, and also the graphics of the characters were bigger. You know,
Yes.
they were much bigger. They did not have um, it wasn't so condensed and stuff like that.
Right.
I actually liked the concept. And my brother, when he had the Genesis version, I thought it was cool. But then when I played the Super Nintendo version, I was like, "Oh, snap! It looks so much better." But you also
Yeah.
you play as
Oh
Bruce
yeah.
Banner. What's the fact that you get to play as Bruce
Yes.
Banner?
You take the pill.
Yeah,
Yep.
and
You
and
take
then
the pill. You go back because you could go underneath the like secret areas to pick up some stuff there.
yep,
But then
exactly.
once you get hit, then you turn back into the Hawk, and then he
Yeah,
starts roaring, and then you go back, and you start smashing asses around.
yep. And you
Yeah.
get your speed, you get your jumping, and all that stuff. The
Oh
shoulder
yeah.
charge and all that stuff. Yeah, so damn cool.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Oh yeah. such a great US Gold did a great job with that game. But
Yeah, yeah.
that was a good game. Now I want to talk about Mr. Tony Stark himself. He has some. Yeah, I mean, he has some bad games, but there was a game we talked about this game before. Iron Man, Exo Men of War, and Heavy Metal.
Oh
Dude, I
yes!
love that
Oh,
game.
so good,
PlayStation and Saturn. Yeah.
so good.
Oh my goodness.
I'm surprised I
Such
did
a
not get to play that one.
The music was so damn good in that game.
oh yeah
I'm like I just crank it up every single time I play the game. I just crank it up because it's so damn good.
yeah
It's so
yeah.
good. My God,
The only the only time we saw Iron Man during that time, like during the '90s, it was in the Captain America and the Avengers game. So because
Yeah.
if you guys remember, if you remember, like on Sunday mornings, not only we grew up with the Spider-Man and the X-Men cartoon, but there was also the Fantastic Four cartoon. There was the Iron Man cartoon. There was the Incredible Hulk cartoon as well
that's right. That's
that came
right.
out in the '90s. Yeah,
Hmm.
those were fantastic cartoons. And come on, the Iron Man intro. Oh my goodness, it's so badass. I am
I
Iron Man.
am
Yes,
Iron
while he's just
Man.
fixing his armor. Oh man,
So
such a
damn good.
badass intro.
So damn good.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Speaking of man, what did you guys think of the Avengers game? I didn't think that was a bad game either. I think
The
that's up there
Which,
with
which Avengers game? The one that came out on the Xbox One?
yeah.
well, it wasn't too bad. It could have been.
It
It could.
was. Eh,
Okay.
it was. It was. Go ahead. Go
Once I
ahead,
got to
Marvel.
start playing a story in Iron Man, when I finally found everybody, it
See,
got good.
see.
I didn't mind it at all. I liked it.
Here's the thing.
Right. But
What
go
happened
ahead.
was what I I got to put my 2 cents in here.
No, go ahead.
The Avengers, they actually had the DLC syndrome. The what do you call it?
Okay, yeah.
The open world syndrome. That's what it was. They put themselves into this big gigantic bubble and they tried to make it an everything game. They had Arena Fighter in there, then you had the adventure game in there, and then of course
True. Okay.
you
I
had
liked it though.
the base. You know, you had to go to the base to actually to talk to characters to find out what your next mission is.
Hmm.
It became too convoluted to the fact that you get lost in there. And then when they added some more characters, like you get to play as Black Panther, and you get to play as a few other
Hawkeye.
characters, and yeah, Hawkeye and stuff like that. See, and then then they had to kind of build on that story, and I was like,
Yeah.
then you get lost in it. So and and what they did, and I feel bad for the company. They took that idea and they tried to run with it, and it didn't mesh well. People actually lost interest, which is the reason
Yeah.
why that
Tuned out.
that's the reason why the
Yeah, it kind
gameplay
of
and
died.
yeah,
Yeah.
it just kind of fell away. People forgot about the game. And
I'll
they
throw a
lost.
Right.
better one at you then. I'll
Huh?
throw a better one at you then.
What's that?
Lego Marvel Superheroes.
Oh, the Lego. Well, listen,
Yes.
That one
Lego
was actually
Lego
good.
games.
Avengers.
Lego games actually know how to do it
Wow.
right. Okay, Lego games know how to do it
Yeah,
right.
that's weird.
Well, of course, they got to do it
Lego
right.
You know.
captures it. It's really
Lego.
weird.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
let
Oh, also, go ahead before
go
you
ahead.
finish that.
Go ahead.
There's
Go ahead.
another cat.
Yeah. Do your thing. Do your thing.
We have to mention the Daywalker. So
Oh,
there was actually
Blade. Yes, sir. Yes,
Did
sir.
he get a
there
game?
was yes he did. He had
He
Blade that
did.
came out on the PlayStation One. It was all right. It came out on Game Boy Color. But here's the Blade game that I actually enjoyed though. It was Blade 2 on the Xbox, and the controls was just like Jet Li's Rise to Honor though. Instead of like using buttons to attack people, you use the other analog stick and you do combinations with it. But then you use the buttons to pull out your guns, your weapons, the night glider,
Okay.
all that stuff. Yeah. But yeah, I thought the game was fun. And then when you go on your rage move, you pull out his sword, and then you just go downtown with it. So, but I do want to mention that their Xbox is getting a Blade game soon. but we haven't heard any more details out of that. That was announced, I think, like a year ago. So
They have it in good
I want
hands.
more
It's actually
games.
made by Arcane. It's made by Arcane. Arcane, I believe, was oh, is it Arcane? Oh goodness gracious.
I know
What
what
is
you're
it, Blade
talking
game?
about. Yeah,
Yeah. It's
yeah, the Blade game that's coming
they
out on Xbox. Yeah,
was it
series.
Arcane
Yeah,
Australia? I think it was. It was
I think
The
so.
Blade
Or
2
Europe.
game? Are you talking
they
about Blade 2?
right, yeah,
No,
because
No, I'm not talking about Blade Two. I'm talking. There's a new Blade game
there's a new Blade
that was
game.
announced
Oh,
though.
a new one. Okay.
Yeah, completely
Yeah,
brand new game. They actually announced it at the Keeley. I'm sorry, people call it Keeley Awards. The Game
yeah,
Awards. I think it was like a few years ago. And
a year ago at least. Yeah,
they showed a little bit of the it was a cinematics sequence, so to speak. It was just it was
right.
and no gameplay yet, but the concept was there. It looks
Yeah,
good. I like where they're going with that, but I don't know. We don't know anything yet. Nothing.
yeah.
Nothing has
The
popped up.
only thing,
It's a
yeah,
Bethesda, isn't
the
it?
only, yeah, yeah. The only thing we know about is that Blade's going to be in Europe. He's going to be in Europe though. He's probably going to go where the roots of the vampires were at. Because if you remember at the end of the Blade movie, he ended up didn't he go to France at the end of the movie? So
That's
I
where this
think
game's taking place. It
Was
says
it
Paris.
Blade 2 or Blade 3? Which one was it?
no, I'm talking about the first.
3 he
I'm
kind
talking
of
about
wrote
the
off.
first movie.
I don't remember what happened.
In the
Let
first
Toward the
movie,
end
at
of the
the end
third
of the
one, he
movie,
kind of just
actually,
wrote
so
off.
did
I
you
forgot
realize he
where they
ended up
were.
going? Yeah, he ended up going to Europe though. So they're going to actually have Blade go to Europe this time. So that's what they're doing. That's what they're taking the concept for it.
Arcane Leon. That's the company.
That's the company that's doing it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm looking forward to seeing what they're doing with this though. So the Daywalker is one of my favorite characters. So I hope they do this right.
Yeah.
It's been a while. It's been a while since Blade had something good though. The only game that Blade last appeared was in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, which unfortunately Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 was exclusive to the Switch.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised that that they decided to make that an exclusive because that's a shame because people have been asking for a sequel for a long period of time, and why would they
Nintendo
do
bought it.
yeah.
Nintendo bought
That's so
actually
stupid. They did the
put
same
the
thing with
money into it.
Bayonetta. They did the same thing with Bayonetta, and look what
Yeah, of
happened.
course they did.
Look what happened.
Yeah.
Bayonetta
Hmm.
2, everyone's been asking for a sequel. The sequel came out only for the Switch, and then you know what happened? The numbers dropped. And they decided, oh,
Right.
let's make a third one. They made a third one, and that one flopped even further. And then
Yeah.
now what happened? Now the Bayonetta series is probably not going to be happening anymore because of all the drama that happened in the background. I don't want to get into the politics of that, but
Yeah.
with
Because
the voice
with the
actors and stuff
voice
like that.
actors. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
remember that.
now we are at a loss. We can't get nothing. Can't get nothing else. But the fact that they have
Yeah.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, no one remembers the freaking game. It
No.
came out. It came out, and it was like, oh yeah, great. But you know what happened? It became a blip on the radar. Nobody remembers
Right.
it. And it's a damn shame. I really feel like
They had a large roster of characters in that game.
they,
They had
Nintendo
so much DLC. They
Nintendo
had
still
so
gets
much DLC in that game, and it was just a shame that a lot of people missed out on it because I remember I spoke to a lot of people that they wanted to play Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. They said I told them that you have to buy a Switch, but they said that I don't want to buy a Switch just for that one game. So that was the problem.
I don't
That,
understand.
that, that,
I really don't understand why. They had a opportunity, or better yet, who actually released that game? Was it what company was it? Oh goodness gracious! That actually made
developer for
yeah, developer, yeah. Who developed it for the
I
Switch?
can I can I can look that up.
Yeah,
Let me look that up real quick.
I don't think it was
Yeah.
Activision. It wasn't Activision. I don't think.
No, I don't think no, I don't think Activision was involved with that one. I think
Yeah,
because Activision is no longer no longer doing any Marvel titles.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Well, it was called Marvel Ultimate Alliance: The Black. Okay, let's see. It was developed by Team Ninja.
Team Ninja, maybe?
Let me
No
double check.
way.
Yes, yeah, Team Ninja did it. Yeah, and
No
the
way.
publisher was Nintendo because Nintendo bought it, so they paid them. Yeah, Team Ninja.
Oh wow.
Wow,
Okay, so
can you believe that?
that's wow. That's a big wow. Holy cow. So
Yeah,
Team Ninja actually made the Ultimate Alliance 3 exclusive for the freaking Switch that people pretty much don't even remember. So bad. That's just oh that's disgusting.
I don't
This
listen. I don't blame Team Ninja for developing this game. They
no
just want to get paid and make a good Marvel game, but it's just Nintendo
but
that paid them to
okay,
do it.
I have the screen up right here. I set the screen up right now. This is another
Okay,
reason
go
why
ahead.
that the game actually probably flopped. You have to literally unlock the characters as you go. But there's
Yeah,
characters behind I think it's smoke like a not DLC. I think it's DLC. You have to there's characters.
there are characters that are DLC. Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
I bought the season pass.
that's a bad move. That's bad take. They should not have done that. They should have done it like Activision did. Activision, you had to literally go through the game and unlock these characters as you meet them. When you go through the game, you unlock
DLC
them, and
sucks.
you get to play. You get to play as those characters. So when you meet them, you unlock them, and when you unlock them, you get to play as them. That's
Well, it was like that. Yeah, but it was like that in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 because I remember when I first met Miss Marvel and I wanted to switch out because I'm not a big Miss Marvel fan, so I was able to go into the spot where you save your games and you can switch the characters. So
mm,
yeah,
mm,
but the thing is, if you want those other characters, you have to buy them through DLC. They did give you some free characters though. There was some free characters they give you, but if you want like every single character in that roster, yeah, you had to get the DLC.
that the team it's that Team Ninja syndrome. That's the problem. Team Ninja with the DOA the games and everything. When you had to when you instead of actually unlocking the actual characters, you and
Right,
outfits. Now you have to buy the freaking DLC to unlock the characters and the outfits and stuff like that.
right.
And
That's the only way you can get them.
and
Yes,
exactly, and DOA 6 and that thing was the worst culprit because you had to buy the DLC, but then you had to actually unlock the outfit when you play the game. So you buy the DLC, don't have the outfit after you buy the DLC, and then you have to play through the game and grind through the game just to get the character's outfit unlocked. What it was a huge.
that's ridiculous.
It's
That is like what the hell? Listen, I already paid for these characters, though. Why do I have to go through the game to unlock them?
that's this
They
is
should just be right there when I'm playing when I'm starting the game. I pay for these characters. I should start the game. Oh, I got my new characters. I shouldn't. They shouldn't have to be telling me that. Oh, you have to go through this game. You have to go through this game. You have to get some coins to unlock. I hate when companies do. I
yeah.
hate when they do that.
So it was a travesty. That was a waste of a potential game. You
Tony,
know,
I saw what you put on the WhatsApp though. It's like we'll have a talk later.
yeah.
That
So
cannot go to the air.
Oh, no.
mm,
If we were on Kick or if we were on Rumble, we could share it though. But
I don't
unfortunately,
think I wouldn't even say that there, dude. Fuck that. No way.
mm,
That's for us to laugh at.
uh,
well, sure, no problem. But
damn
but
man,
I will.
seriously?
Listen.
Oh, okay. You know what? You
I
know
was
what?
gonna
I
get. I
can
was
vouch
gonna
for
get.
that. I can vouch for that. Yeah, absolutely,
I,
absolutely.
I, I was gonna get into to your boy in the background, Wolverine. Though I say his best game is X-Men Origins Wolverine: The Uncaged Edition. It
Oh
is the most bloodiest.
yes.
It is the most bloodiest, the most action-packed Wolverine game I have ever played. I played that on
God,
the
when
Xbox
you
360. I love that
that game
game.
was nuts.
I love that game.
The
The
That is the
leap,
way
the
how
best.
leap,
Wolverine
the
ever
leap
should.
and pounce that he does.
The
Yes.
best.
And
The
then when he catches them, he could jump around, spin around, and then like that, and stab him
That
right
was
through the
good.
throat.
I
He was brutal.
I tell you what, if anybody wants to play a real Wolverine game, this is the Wolverine game you need to play. This right
Yes.
here is the Wolverine game that you play right now because it's bloody. It's real Wolverine. If you watch some of his later comics, not the earlier comics. We're talking about like some of the later comics, like
Right.
'90s comics. Bloody, gory, like in your face, visual. That this is the Wolverine you're going to be getting when you play this game.
Yeah.
And on top of that, the healing factor makes sense in a thing because when the claws retract, you can actually get your life back. When you have your healing factor, but only when your claws retract. When your claws expand, it's all about
Yeah.
kicking ass and taking names.
Oh,
So
what I do
And his
like,
costumes are available. Like he's not embarrassed to be a superhero.
yeah,
dude,
absolutely.
dude, he's got a lot of skins in the game. What I do like
Yeah,
is that
that's what I
let's
said.
just say if you, yeah, exactly. But I do like the fact that this is a part of the game. Say if you get shot or you get shoot and everything, and then I love the fact how his healing factor works though. Is that when you stay still, you let your healing factor, you get to see like all you get to see your body all healed up. Like you
Mm,
get the bullet holes are gone, your bloody face gets cleaned up. I was like, yes,
mm-hmm,
that's the
mm-hmm.
way his healing factor works.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
I want to play
I
it
mean,
now.
so far, I'm actually
I,
showing
I, I
showing people the gameplay of the Wolverine Unleashed. This actually is showing the lava boss right now, the one there with the
all
at the
the
temple. So yeah, that's
yeah
pretty. Yeah,
He's fighting a lava ball.
yeah. Yeah. Look at him. Look at this dude. This game's huge. Every single time you try to go at him,
Yeah.
like in a head on, he keeps on grabbing you with the hands and everything and squeezing the freaking life out of you. Absolutely.
yeah
So
yeah
Oh,
oh yeah
the fact is that you even have a part in the thing where you actually go when you actually attack a helicopter and you actually use the claws and everything to actually hit to take out the propellers. So
yeah,
amazing.
and just use the blade. Oh man,
Oh, so good,
that
so good,
was so
man.
badass.
Uh,
After all these times that Wolverine has such a bad game, I remember the Wolverine game on the NES. That
mm,
game was bad.
yeah,
I did not like that game. And there was Wolverine Acme Rage. It could have been good, but the controls in that game was so sloppy.
yeah.
It came out. If you remember that game, it was called Wolverine's Acme Rage. It was from Acclaim. It came out on the SNES on Genesis. Yeah, that game was such a mess though, and oh my god,
The music wasn't that bad though. And it's Antimateum Rage. Antimateum Rage. Yes, that's
Asmania Rage.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was yeah. The music was great and everything, except the controls in the game was just so bad.
Mm.
It's like his running animations like would throw you off.
I,
That was the problem with
yeah,
that
that
game.
was that was a problem. I mean, it was pretty fast though. I mean, if you think about it, it's almost like Sonic Speed. You could run and stuff
Yeah,
like that and whatever.
yeah, and you climb up the walls with your claws. Yeah, yeah. But like I said, but the problem with that game is that it was like playing like a slippery slope.
Mm,
It's like they try to get this game like right out because, like I said, during that time, we were living a big popularity of the X Men because we had the X Men cartoon, we had the Spider Man cartoon, and they were just dumping out all these Spider Man and X Men games around that time because like Tony would say, it was cash grab, but actually some of these games were actually pretty damn good. I remember the X Men had 3 games on the Game Gear. If you don't remember that,
yeah. Oh, that's right. That's
and then
right. I remember. Hmm.
yeah, and also I want to mention you guys. I don't know if you guys remember this game, but it was made by Blue Sky, the developers who did the Vector Man games. They actually did Spider-Man Web of Fire that came out on the
Oh,
Sega
Vector Man.
32X. Yep, it came out on Sega 32X. It was called Spider-Man Web of Fire. I don't know if you guys remember that game.
I actually did play the game. It was one of those games that I thought would. I was hoping it played more like the Spider-Man versus Kingpin, but the controls were. I mean, not really too desirable because I mean it was because the animation I guess kind of threw me off in a bit. But it's fast. It's fast.
It was a fast
It's
game, yeah.
it's fast paced. So people, I've been showing people the gameplay right now. I like I said, I only played it a little bit, and I realized that I felt like the game could have had some I don't know. It could have been better. I guess it could have been better.
Yeah,
It was one of those games that that people were hoping that it would be more like Spider-Man versus Kingpin. I was hoping it would be like Spider-Man versus
yeah.
Kingpin, but it
It
wasn't.
would have been nice if it was, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
So
unfortunate.
speaking of Spider-Man games, do you guys remember the Spider-Man game that came out on the PS1 and the Dreamcast? It was made by Activision.
Activision always makes a
Is that
good.
the one where Bruce
Activision,
Campbell was
Activ-
voicing the training?
Was
It was
that?
based off the Tobey Maguire. It was based off the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, right? Bruce Campbell was it as the
No,
tutorial.
no, not that. No, that one. It was just like a regular Spider-Man game by Activision, though, not the
Yeah,
movie
the one I
one.
played with the
was
yeah
it?
with
It
the
was
movie
more the
tie-in.
comic book style, wasn't it? A comic book style one, or
Yeah,
was it that
it
one?
came. Yeah, it came out on Dreamcast also.
Uh,
We were talking. Yeah,
which,
yeah.
which,
The movie version of the Spider-Man games, those were pretty good. Spider-Man 1 and 2 were good, but Spider-Man 3, yeah, it was not really
But
that great of a
but
game.
were they though? Because I mean I just if I remember there was too many what do you call it those button sequence things though. I didn't like it. Um
You,
I think
what were you
the
talking about?
spider
Quick
I'm
time
talking about the
events?
movie. I'm talking about the movie version. The movie version the game's actually based off of the movies. And
Well,
it was
you didn't like Spider-Man 2?
uh,
Spider-Man 2, I thought was
Spider-Man 2 was okay. The first game was horrible. I didn't like the button sequence ones because you had to tap the button to do this, tap the button to do this, and I'm like, oh come on, can I
okay.
just get into the game? Really? You know?
People love Spider-Man 2 though. I mean, I don't. People love. I might have to play these. I'm gonna have to play these games again whenever I have some time because I mean, like I said, during that time, man, we had a bunch of because here's the thing though. Not only we had the cartoons of Spider-Man X-Men, they were really popular cartoons at that time, but the movies came out during the early 2000s. You know,
Mm.
and we saw a big, huge of ranks of all these games come out. Look, we had X-Men Legends. Remember X-Men Legends 1 and 2?
Oh, I
I
remember that.
love those games.
Yes, yes.
I love those games.
X-Men Legends basically, actually, helped Marvel Ultimate Alliance become the be because that's how it got
That's
started.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um.
Legends 2 I love though because you got to play the villains though because you got to team up with the Brotherhood of the Brotherhood and you got to fight what's the name, Apocalypse.
It's
So you
pretty
could
good.
choose Magneto, you could choose Toad, you could choose the Snake. Yeah. So
Yeah, I mean,
I thought it was
I
fantastic.
think the only thing that I can say the downfall of the Spider-Man the Dreamcast version, I actually was kind of looking at it again, is the fact that you can't go. It's mostly rooftops. It's all rooftop battles.
Right.
There's no
Because the story,
yeah.
yeah, because of the story, because they said it was like I forgot what the story was, but it has something to do with like some kind of cloud that was like covering New York, and you had to stay at the rooftop. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it could have been better. I mean, to be honest with you. Oh wait, oh yes, yes. Chris actually yes. I see. He agrees with me. He's not a big fan of QTEs, quick time events. I'm sorry, I don't like them. Quick time events actually change. It actually ruins the pace for me when it comes to certain games. Because you sit
Look what
right
I
there
said
right.
there.
and you tap a button and then you see a sequence and you tap another button and you see a sequence. And I feel like games that that came out for the PlayStation 3 and stuff like that, like the Spider-Man games, and I think also God of War. Well, God of War, I let it slide because they were more interactive.
Well, God of War is all right.
Yeah,
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 the way they work
And
on
they
that.
weren't excessive.
yeah, and they were excessive
Right.
exactly. But there's other
Yeah, if it's
games.
excessive, I'm like, all right, stop.
Right, but there's other games that actually have it where you actually tap a button and then the sequence plays out. I'm like, no, 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 no.
Right.
And then it throws you out of it, and then you have the adrenaline pumping, and then you have this QTE just kind of breaks it up, and I'm like, ah, damn it, really? come on, man. You
Yeah.
know. So and then you just sit right there and watch like a half an hour video. Which really doesn't make any sense to me. I can't.
That,
I can't.
that's one of the. No, it's funny that you mentioned that. It's like watching a video. That's like Azomic's Spider-Man games, like Spider-Man 2, and Miles Morales though, because I don't like the fact that I get what Chris was saying though, because people don't like the fact you're just pressing buttons. It's like you're watching a movie, but you're pressing buttons, and that gets boring. That's why
It's Dragon's
Spider-Man
Lair,
2,
dude.
yeah, pretty much,
It's like Dragon's Lair.
yeah, and people get tired of it because people thinking like I feel like I'm watching a movie. I feel like I'm not even playing the game. So
Mm,
I think there's a lot of game. They got to cut back on a lot of that stuff though, because people are not finding that fun anymore. People want to be in control of their characters and doing cool stuff. They don't want to sit back and just like sit down and watch a movie. I mean, if that was the case, then people would just put on a movie right now and just watch it, instead of just pressing all these buttons.
uh, here's
So
here's another game that people have probably forgotten about because it actually came out and they were supposed to actually get make a franchise out of it.
which one
It
is
was an
that?
arena fighting game. It was called Marvel Nemesis: Rise of the Imperfects.
I
That
remember that game.
that
Yes,
yes, they are having a huge promotional thing with it. They actually were going to do a comic book series. They were going to do all that
yep,
stuff, and it flopped hard. It was like one of their worst franchises that came out, and it didn't really do too well. You know,
yes,
the gameplay seemed fun for a little while, but no, everyone was looking for like a more like a Marvel's versus type of thing. But it was more of an arena style type of fighting game, and
right. I remember that.
similar to the Spawn Demon, hand and stuff like that.
In Demon's Hand,
In
yes.
Demon's hands, yeah. So
I don't want to play
so
that game.
and I didn't. I wasn't too fond of it. I played it. I played the demo, and then I said, "Damn, we had to promote this thing." I was working at GameStop at the time when this game came out. It did flopped. We had copies upon copies, and it didn't go anywhere.
Wow.
It just sat there. It came out
It
for
just
the PlayStation, and the
Xbox,
Xbox. Yeah, yeah,
GameCube. Yeah,
and GameCube.
mhm.
Yeah, no,
I remember that was a huge stuff. You know
hard
what was
hard
a huge,
flop, hard flop. Yeah.
yeah. There was a couple. There was a game though, which I'm surprised that flopped though. Do you guys remember Batman Vengeance by any chance?
Oh, actually, it's hard to
Yeah,
remember.
physical game.
You know what? I'm glad when you mentioned that. Now I remember it. I forgot about that game. Batman. It wasn't great. It wasn't good. I mean, it was.
It was
Eh.
alright though, but here's the thing that I don't know if you remember. There was a sequel that came out. It was called Batman Rise of Sin Tools. Now, what that
Sin
game
Tzu.
was,
Yes, Sin
yeah,
Tzu. Yes,
yes.
yes. Hmm.
I remember that DC put a lot of money into this because they wanted to create a new character. Like he's originally going to be from the game, and they were going to expand on that character. So what happened was is that they made this game like a two-player co-op. It plays just like Batman Vengeance, but the problem with that game was the controls. And what's a shame is that Zintu was voiced by Corey Tagawa, Mr. Shang Tsung himself. He performed that character's voices and lines like perfectly. Like he was so good at that role.
Mm.
But the problem was is that the story itself though was like they send this guy from Asia to Arkham Asylum, and what kind of pissed off people about the story was that Commissioner Gordon didn't let Batman know that they were bringing this guy from Asia, and then all of a sudden this guy from Asia he broke out and he started releasing all the criminals. That's why you had to fight all these bosses like Clayface, Bang, Scarecrow. But what I like about it is that you get to choose between Batman, Nightwing, Tim Drake, Robin, and Batgirl. It made it more fun, but the controls in that game was bad, and
Mm.
that character didn't like it didn't appeal to the audience though, and they were putting so much money into it because they were making comic books about this character, and unfortunately, the game didn't even hit platinum though, so they scrapped everything about this character, which is a
Mm.
shame though because I like Corey Tagawa. he's one of my favorite actors though, and I thought this character would have went somewhere, and I thought the game could have been good though because it was two-player co-op, and
Mm,
you're playing it with the Bat family, but unfortunately, it didn't hit the mark,
yeah.
which was a shame.
You see, that's the thing when it comes to like gaming licenses. I mean, especially superhero ones. You know, when you think of what comic books, lore, and all that stuff, and you have the guys who actually are trying to put these games to life. Either they stick with the source material or they kind of make up things as they go. They're like, okay, well, we can't go exactly like how the comic book goes, or we can't go exactly
Right.
like the movie goes. We're gonna have to kind of veer off and create our own stages, our own, you know,
Original
action,
characters.
whatever, physical characters. Exactly. They throw new characters that didn't exist at all. And you're like, who is this guy? Kind of thing. And then you have the purists out there who are sitting out there ridiculing the game, saying, who is this? Who does this relate to? This is not who I grew up with. What comic book did he come from? Or what movie did he come from? It is that thing, it's a conflict of interest, and it's been
You see,
happening way too long, way too often when it comes to
you
like
see,
gaming
I
licenses.
don't mind if, yeah, I don't mind if a game is gonna make. Let's just say they take they take something like a Spider-Man. They're gonna make a game, and if they want to make an original character, but you gotta make this original character like, why is this character? Why should we care about this character? Why is this character so good though? The problem with Sin 2 was the fact that, I mean, come on, Commissioner Gordon. I mean, if they're gonna bring like some villains in from another country, they're gonna let Batman and the whole Bat family know. It's like, I mean, it doesn't make sense that they're gonna bring this, and then he breaks out, and then all of a sudden, and it makes Commissioner Gordon look like an idiot. That's what basically you did to Commissioner Gordon. You made him look like an idiot because
Mm,
anything that he finds out, he's gonna let Batman know. So,
yeah,
and then all of a sudden you bring this guy in from Asia, and then he breaks out of Arkham Asylum, and then he breaks out all the other villains.
mm,
And who's the fool?
wow,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah. So I'm showing the gameplay of the Rise of Sin 2. So some people
Yeah,
can say it's a little bit more fast paced. And also looks like they made some improvements to the gameplay as well. So
yeah, from Vengeance. Yeah,
yeah, from Vengeance. So it actually, I mean, I might just, if I get my hands on a PS2 again, I might just jump on it. You know,
it's on Xbox also.
that's
It's
right.
on
It
the
is on
original
Xbox
Xbox.
also. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So
Yeah,
I might even just grab it for Xbox, see if I can actually get my hands on one, on a copy.
yeah,
Just to play it, just for the heck of it. Because it looks fun.
of course.
I mean,
That,
it looks fun. It looks like something I can actually probably dig into. Because I
yeah,
mean, that
exactly,
kind of things. But yeah.
absolutely.
So besides the comic book characters that we know, because I think we touched up on a lot of characters.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot, but there's quite a few. I mean,
There's
there
quite
was
a
a
few.
Teen Titans game.
Teen
There was a Young
Titans.
Justice game.
Yep. Yep.
There
Yep.
was a Young Justice game that came out on the 360 and PlayStation 3.
Hmm.
Um, we had we also had the Batman Telltale games, and Guardians of the Galaxy had a Telltale game, and they also had their own game as well.
Oh, that's right.
So,
The Telltale games are more like a, kind of like a, what do you call it? A point and click. Well, not a point and click, but more like a
what?
point.
Yeah, will point and click, and the decisions you make affects
Yeah,
the game, the
yeah.
storyline.
And so
So,
we don't really have full control over what's going on. It's just pretty much making a decision and
right,
whatever.
right,
But
exactly.
yeah. I mean, there's just so many. But
It,
let's
there's
talk
just a
about
lot, though.
yeah, but let's talk about like well, I mean, we always talk about comic books, but let's talk
We
about the would be heroes, characters or
Well,
comics.
before we go any further, I mean,
Mm,
there are some upcoming Marvel games that I mentioned about Blade, but we got Marvel Cosmic Invasion that's coming out. That's a beat 'em up game that's coming out hopefully before the year ends. And then
yes.
we also got that I got a chance maybe I got a chance to play over at Evo Marvel Tokon, Marvel Tokon, fighting souls.
Dokkan Fighters, yes.
That's going to
Dokkan
be
Fighters,
awesome.
yes, yes.
Yeah, I played that over at Evo, and I think that game's going to be awesome. 4 versus 4, it's going to be fantastic. I did get a chance to play that game, and I enjoyed it. I can't wait to see what other characters are going to put in that game. So yeah,
Mm. Yeah, well, you know what? I'm looking forward to it. I really am. The um this with the Marvel Cosmic Event Invasion actually
yes,
has they keep on adding more and more characters into the game, and
hmm
actually it's starting to get more interesting. Like they actually put in a Captain, was it Captain America, or was it Captain America, or was it
well,
no,
no,
there
it's
was,
Captain America.
yeah, Captain
Yeah, they're putting
America.
Captain America. Yeah, the
Uh,
last. Did you see the last trailer?
yes,
The last trailer. Yeah,
they're putting in
yeah,
the
they're putting it Black Panther, and
Black
it's going to
Panther.
be Cosmic Ghost Rider. But here's the thing about Cosmic Ghost Rider: it's going to be the Frank Castle version of Ghost Rider.
Yes,
So
yes,
it's two
yes.
characters in one.
So freaking amazing.
How did
So
that happen?
listen,
It was
wasn't it
Cosmic
what if?
Ghost Rider came
What
from another alternative from another universe
it was a what if?
where Frank
Okay.
Castle became Ghost Rider. Yeah.
It was actually part of the what if. It was part of the what if series.
No, it wasn't part of What If. It was another alternative timeline that they went
Oh,
to. That's what it was.
okay, that makes
That's
sense.
what it was. It was Frank Castle who became the Ghost Rider, Cosmic Ghost Rider, and
Okay,
that's what happened.
that makes sense.
That's why you see like the skull like on Ghost Rider there, and he's holding a gun. So, but he can still use the chains. He can still ride his bike. So,
That's badass. To
yeah,
be honest with you,
that is
come on,
two characters in one. So,
yeah,
I see what they're doing.
yes.
So,
Yeah, Cosmic Invasion. Then you got the Tokan Fighters.
yeah,
There's so many opportunities, to build up on these characters and gameplays. But let's talk about some unlikely heroes. Let's talk about games that actually
sure.
were not comic book heroes, but they actually had that comic book flair. There are quite a few, and I mean one that comes to mind, and we got to talk about it. Is my man here from Comic Zone. The Comic Zone that came out for the
Oh
Sega
yeah.
Genesis. Basically you get sucked
The
into
greatest
a
game for
comic.
that console ever.
Yeah. Oh gosh, let me tell you something. I actually loved the concept. It's the cell shaded type of gameplay,
Yep.
It's
and it's
probably the best
available
Genesis
right
game
now.
ever.
And it's available right now. You can get your hands on it right now. You can go on to
Yeah.
the Steam, and it's available on PlayStation
It's
4.
also on the
On,
it's also on the Sega Genesis classic game.
and it's like a Genesis classic, exactly.
Yeah,
So
you could pick up that game, and you got not just Common Zone, but you got some great Genesis classic games to play on there.
exactly.
So
So
it's worth it.
I'm actually showing the gameplay right now. It's awesome because you're actually in the comic and you go from page to page, and you have a companion, your rat companion,
Yep.
and your rat companion can actually get secrets for you and actually get you into new areas and stuff like that if you know how to do it. It's really awesome, so damn good, and
Graphically, it's ahead of its time.
it really is.
Pull up
It,
some old
it is.
shots
The animation
to
is
show the
The
really
skills
good.
animation
there.
was smooth. I was like,
Oh yeah,
wow, I
there it
couldn't
is.
believe
Yeah,
that was on Genesis. Yeah. Oh my
that could be a
goodness.
PlayStation One or even a two game if you wanted to be.
It could, you
Definitely a
know,
Yeah.
PlayStation game. Yeah.
the
Oh
moves and
yeah.
all that stuff, and also you have to think about what to do because there's certain switches that you have to find, and there's certain contraptions that are in your way, and you have to find out,
Yep.
find out ways to get past it and stuff like that. Moving crates and oh gosh, it's so good, so
Yeah.
freaking good,
Very
man.
challenging. It's very challenging though. It's
It
not an easy
is.
game,
It
but
is not. No,
yeah.
no, not by all means. It's not. It is not easy at all. But that's what makes it so damn good.
Yeah.
It's challenging.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you only get one life. You only
I
get
know.
one. So basically,
Bastards.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. At least
It
give us 3 lives.
yeah, yeah. But
Oh well.
No,
it
Chris
hit
brought up a good one. Infamous. You guys remember Infamous?
Oh gosh, yes,
Oh
Infamous.
Totally.
yes, I remember Infamous. Yes.
Parkour and lightning, baby.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes. And then of course let's talk about another game that actually came out for the PC at one time. It was actually called City of Heroes. And
Oh, I
then
remember that game. Yes.
City of Heroes and City of Villains. That was a really awesome game because you can create your own superheroes and you get your abilities, you can get, and you build up on your character and you go about saving, buildings and what have you, and you get experience
Right.
points, and you can also fight against villains. And then they had the expansion called City of Villains. So you can actually create your own villain and actually find ways to actually destroy the, the world and stuff like that. You get your own league and stuff like that. You have your own base. It's wild. It was so much
Oh
fun.
yeah. So
I
much
mean,
of it's fun,
who
man.
who doesn't want to be a villain? Listen, sometimes like what's that saying?
Hey,
Sometimes you live
we
you
have
live
a
long enough to
listen.
be you live long enough to be be a hero long enough to become a villain.
Right.
Somebody, yeah, be
But
yeah,
here's the thing, though. Everybody, okay, people are not going to agree with me on this one, but everyone has a good side and everyone has a bad side.
yes,
Sometimes you got to let out your good side. Sometimes you got to let out your bad side.
yeah. Well, yeah,
Am I right or am
there's
I
always a
wrong?
time for it. There's always a time for it. I mean, basically,
Of course.
yeah, of course. So, my gosh, it, it's it's a balance. It's a balance. That's what I say. And I tell people all the time. Sometimes there's a time to be nice. Just don't get it twisted. You know, there's being nice and there's being good. I'm a good person. I'm just not nice
Yeah.
sometimes. That's the thing.
There you go.
So
Too much
Nice and
nice.
good are two
that's
different
how it
things.
works.
There's a
Yeah,
huge difference.
huge
Nice
difference.
gets you walked all over.
Yes,
Good is just
Yeah.
doing what's right, even when everyone else is doing
Yeah.
what's wrong.
Of course.
exactly. Yes.
There's two
So
different things.
there's two
Sometimes they go
different
hand
things.
in hand, but they're two different things.
Right. For instance, when it comes to superheroes they're good superheroes, but sometimes they can't be nice. They just can't.
Yeah.
It's just
Even
No.
Superman messes up, dude.
yeah. I mean, come on.
Even Superman.
Everybody's
That's
watched
right.
that. Watched the. I mean, even though the movie it's a mixed reviews, but
Right.
the
And
thing
hell with it,
is,
I loved it. I don't care what y'all say.
yeah,
I
no,
loved it.
Wait, which movie? Wait, hold on. Which movie we're talking about?
The Superman that came out recently. Is that one you talking
Yeah,
about?
I
Oh,
loved
that's
it.
on HBO.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I
on
enjoyed it.
HBO
I
Max.
loved it.
yeah.
Yep.
So
My problem. I'll tell you my problem with the Superman movie. I just feel like Superman. This is a Superman movie. I just wish they focused more on Superman than all the other heroes they have. The other heroes out, they have Mr. Terrific. He made Superman kind of look like a wuss. This is his movie. This is his movie. We have to focus on this character and build him up. Though it's like I don't want to watch the movie and see Superman get his ass thrown all over the place. And then and then at the end when Supergirl came, he called Superman a bitch. Though it's like if that was really Superman, you know what Superman would have done if his cousin called him a bitch? He's like, hey, come here, Cole, come here. Don't ever talk to me like that again. All right, all right, because I had to watch on Crypto all this time when you disappear. All right,
mm-hmm,
now get out of here.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well, you
you
know
wouldn't
what?
put up with that.
Hey, listen. You know what though? I mean, I actually saw some behind the scenes footage and everything of the Supergirl movie. Uh, it looks pretty. It looks really promising. So let's
Yeah,
So I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping that it actually does hold up to its name because I remember the Supergirl that I used to watch, and that was like,
yeah,
yeah, well, it could have been,
yeah. That was
could have
back
been
in
better.
it's like '84. Uh huh.
84.
I know which one you're talking.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
that was an okay movie. It wasn't like great. It was more campy than anything. Um,
Right.
and just didn't hold light to the key, to the Superman that I grew up with Christopher Reeves. Um, so but hey, listen, to each one's own, right? My gosh, we pretty much
You don't got to
tackled a
make
lot.
people feel like shit if they like something you don't. You know what I mean? Just
Well,
let people enjoy stuff. You
well, of
No,
course.
no,
know what I'm
no.
saying?
I understand that, but the thing is that if there's, I'll give you my honest opinion though. Now, if you like it, then that's fine. Like you, Tony, for example, you like Superman, that's great. But
Oh yeah.
I'm just telling you my reasons why I didn't really enjoy it. Like
No,
some
I
people
get I
out
get
there
where
did.
you're coming from, man.
Yeah.
But there's people that would be like, you shouldn't like that shit. It's stupid, whatever. Why?
Mm,
Because you said so.
nah, nah, nah.
No,
Go blow
yeah,
it out their
I
ass.
never, yeah, I listen.
Look, we can like what we like. You can like what
I
you
never
like. Once
tell,
you start telling
yeah,
people they can't like something, go fuck yourself. You
Yeah,
know.
exactly. No, that's exactly. Yeah, I never told you guys that. Oh, you shouldn't like this Superman movie. Like I know
That's why I'm
what
not
I do
including
is
you in that equation.
hey, listen, that's what
right.
Those are the people I'm
I
calling out.
but that's
yeah,
what makes it so
that's
good.
why I tell people.
Yeah,
Yeah, and that's why I tell people about it, and then so that way, oh, let me see what Johnny's talking about. Maybe I can understand why he didn't like this because he
Chris is
felt like
funny though.
yeah.
Superman cucked him, and so yeah,
So, um,
people can see that.
but here's the thing. But here's the thing though. When it boils down to like the good video games, there have been some really
Hmm.
good and really bad ones. But you know what though? They all turned
Hmm.
out to be fun in some way, shape, or form.
Absolutely.
Super Nintendo. That's the fun thing about video games, especially good video games, superhero games, is that
Hmm.
you get to be the character that you would want to be, or hope to be,
Right.
and I mean, and then when you play them, some of them did suck. I mean, because
Yeah.
when it came down to the gameplay mechanics, they're probably like clunky and hard to control, or better yet, the
Hmm.
game didn't really have the same essence that you grew up with when you watched, had the comic book in your hand. You're like, damn, this is not the Wolverine
Or you
that I
watched
grew
it,
up with, or what?
yeah,
Exactly.
or you right, or the character that you watch in the cartoons. Like it could be, it doesn't have to be in the comic. Maybe it's the characters you watch in the cartoons. Like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, and then unfortunately, there's the games that they have doesn't allow it,
Yeah,
which
exactly.
which is
So,
unfortunate. But
I'd like to share
luckily,
something with you.
mm,
I'd like to
sure,
share something with you, and maybe you guys want to play it with me.
sure.
This game got me to join Xbox Live, DC Universe Online, where you get to create your own
that's right. I
superheroes.
Oh, that's
remember that game.
right.
You work
DC Universe
alongside
It
Online.
came out.
everybody.
I forgot
Yes,
all about
You guys
that.
have to play. It's fun.
Yes,
I
yes.
got to get back into it.
You know what?
yeah.
It's still
Is it
online.
still live?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
still
Yeah,
live.
it's
jump
still
on and
live.
play.
Yeah.
I think it's cross play. Everybody can play. We should get a whole
You
crew
know
and just
what?
wreck
We were
shop.
talking. Listen, we were talking about Lego games. Did you guys know that there was a Lego DC Villains game?
No,
Like,
but I'll play it.
oh, that's right. There
Yeah.
was. They had the voiceover. They had the voiceovers on there, and also and stuff like that, and it's hilarious. Especially the Joker. The Joker's hilarious.
Hey,
Oh,
the chat, you
yeah,
guys
the
want to
joke.
play? Look
Jo-
up DC Universe Online.
Joker's
That's
hilarious.
just, yeah. Hey, listen, I cannot wait. Speaking of the Lego games, I am looking forward to that new Lego Batman game. That's going to be amazing.
Lego Batman game is going to be like crack to me
That new one is going to be great.
because it's basically an Arkham Knight freaking version of Lego. That's basically what it looks like.
They're putting everything from the movies in that game. All the Easter eggs going to be in there in one though. It's like yeah, like you said, a Lego Batman Arkham game.
It's
That's what it looks like to me, and I'm down with that.
it's
I played every single Arkham game out there, and this is up my alley. So
yeah.
I'm definitely checking this out.
Yep. So anyway, but I'm just going to take a moment to give a shout out to the 18
Sure.
viewers that we actually watched. Thank you very much.
18 viewers. Oh
18
wow!
viewers.
Thank you, Thank
Yes,
you, everyone who tuned in.
absolutely.
Wow, that's amazing.
I
I
really
think I
Not
just
bad.
appreciate.
was that
Hi,
our biggest
everybody. Say
one.
hello. I'm
I
talking
re-
in the chat with you
yeah,
guys. Jump in.
I really appreciate you guys and everything. To join.
That's
Please
awesome.
feel free to
Thank you.
drop a line all the time and everything. Also hit that like and also subscribe if you have not already. Please do. I mean, because you can subscribe on Twitch or you can also go on YouTube and you can also follow us on X as well. So feel
Yeah.
free to to drop us a line. Also, feel free to to visit our Patreon as well. If you want to donate a little bit, it's always good.
Also,
It could be free. It's free to go.
right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Also, I want to say to all everybody's watching, that, like you can interact with us on Twitter though. You have our handle name. Interact with us. This is what I want to know from you guys. I want to know, like, what are your favorite superhero games? And if there's one superhero game that has not yet been made yet, what is it? I want to know because I know
Mm,
there's some superhero games from either Marvel or DC or any or someone from Image out there that has yet to get their games. I want to know, or one of your
I
favorite
ain't leaving out.
superhero games that's out. That's what I
absolutely.
want to know.
Oh, listen. You know
I ain't
what?
leaving out manga.
Manga?
What's that?
There's a lot of manga superheroes that should have games, and
Oh
a lot
yeah,
of them
manga.
do,
Yeah,
That's
especially
true.
these guys.
sure.
But
Oh,
I want to see a One Punch Man game.
well, they did have
Well,
a One Punch Man
no,
game.
there's
Original
actually a
and
game.
funny.
There's
Yeah,
actually a game.
that's
There's
your
actually
game.
a
They
One
actually
Punch
did.
game.
They
Really?
actually did. Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's been out there.
Really?
Yeah.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, are you kidding
Look it
me?
up.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
It's
it's been
Thank
pretty
out,
cool.
dude.
you.
Yeah, I guess it was pretty cool.
Well, the
It's
show's
weird.
weird. That's why I like it, man. It's very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
weird.
But anyway, but other than that, guys, just shout out to our sponsor, Dubby. Thank you very much for actually sponsoring us, and I think I am actually enjoying the drink. It's actually very good. It's actually, if you want to, please, you guys check it out because Dubby is absolutely fantastic. It actually destroys our competition when it comes to flavors
Mm.
and drinks. It has that Asian flair when it comes to the drinks. I have the drink Japanese yuzu. It's actually like a citrusy type of drink. It's really really delicious. And it's actually smooth. It tastes great. It doesn't have any sugars or any artificial flavors. It's all fruit extracts. They just use the caffeine what's it? It's cherry fruit. It's a cherry fruit that actually has a caffeine kick to it, but it's actually good for you. It does not have red 5 in it, which is actually very, very dangerous. You should not be drinking that at all. It's actually natural colors from fruits in the drink. It only takes a small little scoop and shake and drink. It's great. I'm full of energy right now. And also, if you want to get you discount, you can actually go to w.gg and use our code treble. I'll put it in the chat. It's called treble. Treble. That's TR3BLE. Get your 10% off. It's actually worth it, guys. I mean, check out the other flavors too. They have a lot of great flavors, and they're partnered with
Yeah, definitely.
Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling is actually their partnership with them, so you could actually get the awesome designer cups, which I actually have ordered one, so I'm hoping it comes soon. I want that. I want that. I want that cup. That cup looks so freaking amazing. They actually have 4 different characters in there, and also have the little TV one also. You can have it on there, and there's a few other characters too. They have on there too. It's a great deal, and there's also a s'mores flavored one, which is actually another flavor that I want to get my hands on. You can mix it with milk. It's like a. They heard it tastes like a shake. It's so yeah, I can't wait. I want that one. So that's the reason why I want to get into the shaker. So I want one for my drinks and one for like shakes. So I'm looking forward to that. Mix it with ice. Oh, can't wait. So yes. So definitely check it out. I'm gonna put that in the chat. And chat, please tell me what your favorite superhero is. I mean, do you have a superhero that you really have either played or want to play? Um, Yeah, go ahead. Shout it out before we get going.
Yeah, definitely. Because actually looking back to some of these games that were out, it's just like, oh man, there's a couple of games in there that I haven't played. I'm thinking about going back and checking those out when I get a chance.
Hmm.
Especially some of the X Men. There was like three X-Men Game Boy Color games that looked interesting to me. I was like, oh, I need to check these out.
Hmm.
Anything X-Men, I'm in.
Man, man, oh man. Yeah, I mean, right now the game that I'm playing right now. I actually pulled out my freaking Super NES Mini. I'm actually getting back into that Spider-Man X-Men Arcade's Revenge. Um,
Oh, that's a hard one. We talked
yeah,
about that one.
it, you
Ooh.
know what? I played it back in the day, and I forgot, like all how difficult the game actually was. But I wanted to just play through the game again, just for the hell of it, because I mean, it's been a long time since I played it. And I figured, you know
Mhm.
what the heck? Let me just go through this game one more time, just to get that nostalgia, just get the feels. And
Of
I
course.
love the music. The music in the game is
Oh, the
fantastic.
music's
It has that
fantastic. Oh yeah.
70s funk in it, which is actually really, really
Yep.
cool. So good, so damn good.
Oh yeah.
It's so damn good. Um,
Fantastic game. Yeah.
and let me see. Another one that I actually wanted to get back into. I mean, I already played through Batman Returns. Batman Returns. I could finish that game blindfolded.
Me too.
Yeah. What was
Fun
it?
to go back to it though.
Yeah, yeah. And if I can get my hands on it, the X Men game that came out for the
Which one?
Super
Mutapocalypse?
Genesis. Yes, Mutant Apocalypse.
Oh, the Genesis.
Genesis
Oh,
first.
that's the
Genesis.
Real
Wasn't
Apocalypse on Super
there?
Nintendo.
Yeah,
That's the one.
yeah. Just about Genesis first. It's talking about Genesis
Okay.
X Men
Yeah,
first.
there was X-Men. There was X-Men 2 Clone Wars.
Clone Wars. Yes.
Clone Wars was great.
Now, it was
Clone
cool.
Wars was
Okay,
fantastic.
the coolest thing about Clone Wars, the coolest thing about Clone Wars is that when you play through the game, there's a certain part.
I knew he was going to mention it.
Yes, I had to mention it. There's a certain part in the game, and it freaked me out because I didn't really have to think outside the box because it said reset the computer. I'm looking all over the freaking screen. I'm like, what are you talking about? Reset the computer, and you see the countdown. You're like,
Hmm.
and I'm like, dude, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to freaking do? Right now, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe the thing is glitched or something like that. I pressed the reset button, and then all of a sudden the thing goes. I was like, get out of here! Get out of here! Are you kidding me? That is genius. That is
Yeah.
so genius. Holy
Listen,
cow!
you know Mojo. He messes with your mind.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That blew my mind. That was the most ingenious way to actually.
Yeah.
Gosh, man.
Very original.
Wow.
You know what I do like? Also that, you know what I like about X-Men 2 Clone Wars when you first start the game? When you start the game, you automatically just start on the first level. You don't have an introduction or anything. You play, they give you a character. It could be either Beast, it could be Psylocke, and you just go through that one stage. And after you finish that one stage, then you have the introduction. Then you have the tile screen and everything.
Yeah.
I love the way when games just throw you right in the action like that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Uh, Tony,
So,
what is
yeah.
any extra thoughts that come to mind?
Did you guys ever play the Batman Beyond on N64?
Batman be
It was,
no.
I have a
no,
copy of
no,
it, but
yeah,
it runs too
yeah,
fast on
it's
any
called,
machine I play it on.
yeah, it's on PlayStation 1 as well. It's called Batman Beyond Return of the Joker. It was based off that animated movie. I haven't played it,
Yeah,
but I didn't hear good things about it though. But
my
I
copy
don't know.
of it
I
is
never
way
played.
too fast. It looks like Betty Hill. I don't know
No,
if that's the way it actually plays, but every machine I play it on, it's like he moves like ridiculously. It looks like I'm playing Betty Hill. It's that fast. It's weird.
Mm,
damn. Yeah, I never play. I did
Because when
hear
I played,
about
it was
that
pretty
game, but
good.
I
From
never.
what I could control, it was moving way too fast. I'm wondering if you put it on a faster machine, like a stronger machine than an N64, it speeds up the rate of the machine. I guess.
yeah,
Wow,
I have no idea.
there's
that's
another
funny.
game. There's another game. I mean, everyone keeps on talking about Batman. Now, there's a Batman that came out
What's up, that?
There's a Batman that came out for the Sega CD, Batman Returns. Now, here's the funny thing: Batman Returns, you played it for the Sega Genesis, right? And
Right?
it didn't have any like Batmobile sequences or anything like that.
Yeah,
It was
unlike the
all
Super
side
Nintendo
scrolling,
version.
right? The Sega CD version is nothing but the Batmobile. I kind of
Right.
I kind of got a little frustrated about that because I was like, wait a minute, hold on, wait, that this is it? This is all you're doing? All you're doing is you're playing as the Batmobile in the game? It's a Batmobile shooter game. I was so upset when I played it because it's like it had no side-scrolling, nothing, nothing. I mean, besides the fact that the music was
Yeah.
actually repetitive, very repetitive.
Well, the music, yeah.
Yeah, the
It
music
was
was.
also. What
Yeah,
about
go
how
ahead.
about the Adventures of Batman and Robin
Uh,
for the Sega CD
that's
though?
another one. That's another one.
Yeah.
I mean, is that what a waste of space. They could have actually had it as like they could have had it where they had the uh the soundtrack
Okay.
to the
Well, son.
soundtrack, right, of the actual Batman soundtrack. They could have had that in the background like Batman Returns. They could have had that. They could have done some voiceovers, or picked some clips or something. They could have done a lot of stuff with it. They did
Right.
none of that, and it
Yeah.
was just a side. It's a freaking. It's just a freaking
Right.
racing game. That's all it was.
Yeah.
Well, so bad.
Unreal.
It was
Yeah.
definitely bait. Yeah, bait and switch. Yeah, Chris just mentioned it right there. Bait and switch. You think you're
It's
getting
a, it's a
Ninja?
good one.
You think you're getting Ninja Goddamn Batman, but his purpose is in Batmobile.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
He's right.
Batmobile the game. That's pretty much what it is.
That's
Yeah.
so good.
Glory and
That's
Ghost
true.
Rides. Yeah, that's true.
Oh my gosh, my god. So I was just so frustrated, man. Oh my gosh. Uh, what else?
All right. We're
Man,
ready to wrap this
so yeah,
up.
we pretty much covered a lot. You know, just the fact that Ninja Turtles, was based off of the cartoon version, not the comic book. Um, which is actually kind of a missed opportunity to be honest with you. But they are going to be doing a Rise of the Ronin uh,
Right.
game, also movie. So have a
Magic
feeling
Tenchu game, but Ninja Turtle.
I have a feeling, dude. Hey, you know what? I have a feeling they could,
That'd be sick.
they could, they could do it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't,
Yo.
I would
Make it
not.
dark, like the comic, dark.
Yeah.
They need to bring a comic book inspired Ninja Turtles game that's black and white. By the way, this is my dream
Well,
Ninja
they could.
Turtles game.
Well, like I said, everybody was saying that they have to make it. They should make it like the Arkham style. Now think about this: do a four-player co-op game and make it like the Arkham style. So each person can control a turtle, and then they could do whatever they have to do. Like you have to go into the Foot's headquarters. Two of the turtles can go through the back. Two of the turtles can go in the front, and then they can meet up at the end and then complete the mission. Why
Ooh,
hasn't it been done yet?
ooh, that's not bad.
Why hasn't that been done? Why has that been done yet?
That you
Come
know
on.
what that would be pretty damn awesome. That would be pretty damn sick.
I, you know,
I would spend good money on that game just for that reason because
yeah,
I feel like Ninja Turtles really has not gotten their just due when it comes to the Mirage Studios style Ninja Turtles because
right. We
the
have so many
story,
styles of
yeah,
turtles. Yeah,
that story needs to be touched up on.
right.
They
That
should.
and I would also love to see a Crow game use something style of a Batman Arkham an Arkham style game
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Think of a Crow game like that.
the crow,
I mean, listen,
the crow. Oh,
the Crow has the yeah. I know that Crow game, City of Angels, that came out on the Sega Saturn, the PS1. That was such a disgrace.
uh,
Listen, listen. Eric Draven deserves a good Crow game. And if there's somebody out there that can do an open world game where you can make it dark and gritty, oh, can you imagine what they could do, especially the technology they have? I mean, people are gonna say that, oh, well, who's gonna voice Eric Draven? Get Mark Dacascos. He played Eric Draven in the TV series Stairway to Heaven. Problem solved. No,
I think it was the crow, right? The regular crow, the crow game, right?
it was called the Crow City of Angels.
Crow
That was
City
the
Angel.
only game that
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
came out
so
on
that was
PS1 and Saturn.
yeah, that was an
Yeah,
epic game.
that was a bad game.
Yeah,
It
it
had
was.
10 controls. It was like playing Resident Evil with a Resident Evil beat 'em up game. You had to stop, and then you had to throw your punch and kicks. It did not work.
Mm.
And then the enemies can shoot you off screen as well.
It was it
Yeah,
was it was trash. It really was bad.
yeah,
Um, yeah,
yeah.
I'm
It
just
was
showing
it was
I'm
it was
showing
it
I'm
was
showing people
terrible.
showing people the gameplay right now. It's just it's
Yeah.
saw they you know what. What game was it? What game was it? That I felt that they missed the opportunity on. Uh, it was for the
Did you
oh
check the
goodness.
private chat? Did you check the private chat?
No, I didn't. Oh, hold on.
Check the private chat though, because
Let me see.
While you're doing that, gents, I've got to dip out. I'm going
yeah,
on a special mission.
that's all I was telling to you. But I was just telling him about that.
Yeah.
Is you have to take off.
All right.
That's all I was
Well,
trying to
Yeah,
tell
he's
him.
all
got
right.
some late night
Well,
missions to take care of.
okay. So let's finish. Let's get out of here. So let's break out then. Um.
Yeah.
All right. So yep. Oh, well, I guess that's it. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's it for our show. We're gonna have to be breaking out because we can go on and on about this stuff. So
Definitely.
Absolutely.
yes.
I
So
could
yeah,
hang out all night
Oh
talking
yeah.
about it.
but it was awesome.
Especially with the chat. The
Yeah.
chat is great.
It was definitely
The
awesome.
chat is
Yeah. It's
great.
awesome. It was great.
Guys, we have another great show that's coming up this coming Friday. Remember, you can visit us any day of the week, Friday and Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube, Twitch, and also on X. You can also visit us on our Patreon. You can check out the QR code as you can see right there, and also go to our other channels as well. Check out our W. We gave you the discount code. You can go on there and get yourself a discount on the purchases on there. Check out our Redbubble. Check out our merchandise. We have everything there. Visit up on our X channels also to give us a chat as well. And let's do our outros to get the heck out of here.
Well,
All
players, we
right.
had another great weekend. I love doing this every weekend, man. You guys give me something to talk about, not with the hangout, and have friends to talk about with the stuff that I do not get anywhere else. So please keep coming back, keep following. We love you. We love hanging out. So that we can keep doing this stuff. What do you say? See you guys on Friday.
Indeed.
Yeah. I just want to tell to all the 18 viewers that's watching us, thank you so much for tuning in. That means a lot to me. So please keep tuning in. I guarantee you, we're always going to make it better and better for you guys. So thanks for coming in and chilling out with us.
And of course, as we keep on saying, keep on leveling up. Keep on playing your games. Keep on being you. Be the best player that you can ever be. And we will see you next time on the next episode of Gaming Trouble. Stay true to yourself, true believers.
Later, players. Good night.
I'm disappointed I didn't catch anyone to give push ups tonight. Everyone's learning. Generation play is growing and getting stronger.